All right, we are live. This is my part of town podcast show. I'm your host, Mr. Seed Enforcer, aka Poppy Carl, the bad boy. We always start off all of our shows with a couple of short videos, things like that. I'll be popping my face up a little bit later. I mean, you guys want to see me now, I guess, right? I don't know. Fuck you guys. I'm not letting you see me. Anyway, um, I always start off our shows with a video. I've been doing since we did our Skip Bags radio show on Dash Radio. I've been doing our interviews from that show, and I'm showing them all because we had some really great interviews with a lot of great people. So I figured that's a great way to start off the show with some really quality work, and then we can talk about some different things. This is a Philadelphia focused show based on the city life, but we want to hear about all major city life, crime, food, wine, love, and craziness that goes on all around America. And this is My Part of Town podcast. My Part of Town, yeah. Let me get this video up and going. You may have some music and my dirty PlayStation running in the background there. I need to really open that thing up and clean it. Stop bullshitting, right? But that's none of you guys' business. So let's get this going, and we will be getting the show started at about an hour at 9:30, unless Mr. BAS and Volo come in really early. But past that, we'll start the talking portion at about 9:30 Pacific Standard Time, which is 12:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we might start early depending if my guest host happen to show up and really want to talk. Past that, we'll play the videos, and then we'll get on with the show. So let's share this introduction video about Mr. Robert Clotworthy, which is a voiceover king. This is the guy that does Ancient Aliens. So if you ever heard Ancient Aliens, we got to interview this guy, and he's one of my idols. And check it out, and I hope you guys like the video. Let me get this overlay off of it so you can see it. Get him big here. Let it roll.
You're about to witness a seismic event.
Daddy, can you put on Skip Bags Radio?
No, go to bed.
Okay, yeah, that's the promo.
Yeah.
Welcome to Birmingham Theatre, where we will be viewing something called the Skid Bags film. Next to me, today I have a man named Robert Clotworthy. What do you think about this movie soon? Wait, don't answer. Because it's Skid Bags Radio, and we got to take time to talk about it. It's Skid Bags. It's Mr. CD Enforcer, Poppy Carlo on Insta Jesus, as we call it. I'm here with the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to the left, to right. We all dive out the plane with no parachute because we got our fist up like Daisy and her Dukes. We get it ready. I'm going to bring it to your right. Entertainment all night on Dash Talk Radio, Dash X, every time. Look out. Tell them who I got to my right, baby, and show them fight.
Yo, what's up, everybody? It's Gabby Shake over here working the camera, all my angles. Hello. Over here to my right, I have...
Hey guys, this is Thomas, working the board, twisting knobs, pushing buttons. You can find me at T McGee on Instagram. To my right, how you doing?
Yo, Sailor Dev in the building. What's up, fam? I'm just working, everything. Everything else that's not being done by my lovely friends and staff over here. They're my colleagues. We have a very illustrious, esteemed guest, a veteran of the industry with us today. You guys are in for a treat. We're going to take a little stroll back down memory lane, and we're going to hit a bunch of different genres because this gentleman is the fucking Renaissance man over here, all right? I want you to put your hands together and introduce yourself, Mr. Robert Clotworthy. Welcome to the show, Skip Bags Radio, Dash Talk X.
Yeah, it's a pleasure to be here. All I can say is please pay the ransom. They do have to tie their chair. I put the gag is back on. Okay.
We don't want your ransom, yo. We don't want it.
Thank you for coming, man.
Oh, it's my pleasure.
I
My
really
pleasure.
appreciate it. So before we get into your longevity of wisdom and experience in your career,
that'll take about 48 seconds. That's if I stretch it.
Well, you seem to be very much in the same vein as us as humor-wise, which makes me very happy.
Oh, what? Not funny?
No.
Right.
Shots fired. I got it.
No.
Very much in the same vein. I like it.
This is how men bond.
Yes.
They insult one another, and that's
right.
so. We've
That's
all
right.
been insulting each other the last few minutes,
Yeah.
so now we're tight.
We're ready to go.
There we go.
That's right. That's right.
Well,
That's right. We're reminding you, we don't like you either, Gabby.
Bye, everybody.
Bonding. Gotta bring the lady, and
There you go. There you
feminism, Me Too, and all that. You gotta
Well, speaking of insulting everyone, usually we start out with a breakdown of a movie or a TV show or stand-up special, but we're going to break down LA Comic-Con because our wonderful Carl Anthony, Mr. C, the Enforcer, applied for press passes, and this is where I'm going to give you shit. I don't know, Carl was like, yo, Dev, can we apply for press passes for Comic-Con? I go, of course, yes, let's do it. And lo and behold, Carl only applied for himself to get a press pass.
Well,
So he got the approval, and he's like, I'm going to Comic-Con. I'm like, great, do I need to bring gear or anything? He's like, actually, I only got a pass. I was like, all right, fair enough, whatever.
It's fine.
All right, well,
It is, it's good.
First of all, I want to say I went to Philadelphia Public Schools. Okay, so my logistics game is terrible.
It's all right. I went to Florida Public Schools. You got one up on me.
God damn it, Florida is the worst place on the planet. Damn, I just lost. All right,
We're
my fault.
48th in the
I'm
nation.
obviously a conspirator. But no, that's what happened was I applied for the tickets, but you only can apply for yourself. And went out one person at a time. And we mentioned it, but we never really brought it up again. So I thought nobody's really going to go. So I just kind of forgot about it. And 3 days beforehand, they gave me their approval. So I'm like, oh, man, great. I'm going to try to go there and at least do something and see if I can get some last minute stuff. They never give you last minute stuff unless you're like important, which I'm not.
Yes,
so-
you're important to us, bro.
Well, and thank you,
You're
kind sir.
important adjacent.
Thank you, kind
Yes.
sir. Thank you, kind sir. But yeah, Comic-Con was actually phenomenal. It was a great event and whatnot. 3 days of interviews, 3 days of costumes, 3 days of beautiful people, beautiful women, 3 days of people just acting, 3 days of characters and figures and food and all different types of businesses and radio shows and everything. And the great part was you also had a lot of great panels. So they kind of do what we do at Skitbags Radio, which the whole point of Skitbags is to teach you about entertainment, teach you what goes on behind the scenes, teach you about, everything we do, like gentlemen like yourself. And the same thing was happening there. There was a lot of great panels that I got to check out where they talked about starting out low films and beginning them independent and how you go through that process, and also doing some of the comic book work. One of the great gentlemen was the artist for Superman, one of the great artists for Superman. And just like you guys said earlier, the guy's got these followings where people are like following him around like animals and whatnot. Also got to talk with Bill Duke for a second, who I actually had met about 10 years ago at the African American Film Festival in Arizona. So that was kind of cool and whatnot. Now, it was only my first time there. And I didn't really know the ropes because at these Comic-Cons, you don't want to get beat up by a bunch of nerds and shit. These dudes, they got a lot of free time and they don't do too many heavy drugs besides weed. You know what I mean? So they take you down and they practice a lot of that kung fu sword shit.
Did you see some weird costumes?
Oh, the costumes were phenomenal. There was a gentleman who, of course, he was one of the Falcon characters from the game. He had the wings, but he had the actual automated wing to spread out, I think, about 12 to 15 feet across. Which was beautiful. It was a gentleman that was actually Groot, who's in a large costume.
No way.
He was about 15 feet tall.
Was he in
was around-
stilts, do you think?
Oh, yeah. He
for
definitely
sure.
was. He definitely was. And probably hot as hell.
Yeah.
I don't know how they do it and whatnot. And some people make these costumes by hand. Some people have groups to help them with them. And they had a lot of great stage performances. Oh, one of the highlights that I really liked was that I got to meet some of the ladies from Glow, the Gorgeous Ladies of Wrestling.
Yeah,
which was
shout
exciting.
out. Did you meet Allison Brie?
I don't know her name and whatnot. I'm not good with names. Yeah, as you know, I'm an African American from Philly, so all white people look alike to me sometimes. So I don't
Fair
know
enough.
who she is.
All good.
That's just the
You
thing.
don't remember any of their faces anyway because
Yeah,
eyes never went that high.
Yeah, they scale. It's been years and whatnot. And they were some good-looking chicks. But that was exciting. And also found out that Genie Bus is actually starting a new Glow called the WoW Superheroes, which is a bunch of females. They actually did live wrestling on the spot, in the spot. A lady called the Beast. A couple of other ladies did their thing. It was actually great to see live wrestling. I saw for the first time ever in my life, up front and close, getting it down, slamming around, choke slamming, talking trash. And that's her new thing. Genie Bus from the Lakers. Of all people.
Really?
She was
starting
there.
one up.
Came on stage and everything. She even liked my little post on Instagram. That's us, Genie. Genie trying to fuck. That's right, Genie, ain't you, you nasty ass? I know you are.
My God.
Phil Dick is getting old. But it was actually kind of great. I wish I could have got a little more interactive, but I want to go back next year and go to other Comic-Cons in the area because there were a lot of opportunities to interview a lot of great people. The Power Rangers were all there and whatnot. the one guy, the
Wait,
African American.
from the remake movie or what? You got to
Well,
specify
it was
what Power Rangers.
the
There's too
three
many.
Power Rangers there was a black girl that was a Yellow Ranger. There was a white, like Italian looking white guy that kind of I think it was you actually.
Mhm.
I'm not sure.
I was there.
But he was the Red Ranger, and then the Black Ranger guy was there was a black guy too. And everybody else was cool. They let me take my pictures with other people from other TV shows around. And
What was the
whatnot.
highlight? What's your favorite moment from the?
Oh, my
week
favorite
before?
moment is when I was almost attacked and accosted by the Black Ranger's helper for taking pictures of him. This fool not only chased me away from taking pictures of him, I went 3 stages away to take other pictures. You can't take pictures over here either. I'm like, Jesus Christ.
But you're the press.
Well, that's
With the
first of
press
all,
pass.
yeah,
Yeah,
you
with
have
the
a
press
press pass. You should bitch at them for that
Yeah.
because they want to prevent you
Mhm.
taking pictures as a fan because
Yeah.
they charge for that.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
how. That's
They
one of the
just
ways they make.
assumed Carl was a
They
fan.
assumed- now,
and
I
did not have
was.
a press pass.
I
You-
was in costume just like an Indian, and I was happy.
See, that's the
Well-
thing. You gotta let me know. I'll give you the camera and some lobs, and you
Yeah.
just go around like we did at Clusterfest and look mad professional and just
Well-
run straight to the front of the line.
Well, I'm gonna be more prepared. Last time, I think I was working on Color People's time on this one, so I kind of let it get behind, and then I found out about it last minute, and I planned. And then, being an entertainer such as you are, a lot of things come at last minute. So filmings came up, other stuff came up, so it was very last minute. So I
Of
didn't
course.
get to really take it like I want to. But from now on, I think that's something we should really get into, is just as a group, just hitting at these festivals and going there. And it was a real great opportunity, and great talent around, and great people in the business around. And LA Comic Con was really phenomenal. They did a great job. And I want to thank the LA Convention Center, Comic Con, and everybody else down there who made costumes and came out, and the kids and the people and the adults, and all the money they spent to help our tax problems.
There
It
you
was
go.
great at Comic-Con.
And I gotta give a big shout out to you, Carl, because this was your idea. You found this. It was in our backyard here in LA, and you applied. You took the reins. You went. You killed it. Thank you, bro.
Yeah.
You good job.
Yeah.
Keep killing the game, man.
Round of applause for Carl.
Wow.
So at Comic Con, I'm sure there's not only comic book stuff, movie stuff, there's narrative, but there's also video game stuff. Did you see any panels? Did you have a favorite costume that you saw from a cosplay?
Mhm.
And what was your favorite moment from the festival as a whole? Those 3 questions.
It was this one panel that they did. These guys actually did an actual. You know how you got those role playing games that the guys play, but it's more like almost like a card game, book reading,
Mhm.
Dungeons and Dragons. It was like Dungeons and Dragons kind of thing.
Yeah, I play a
and whatnot.
bunch of Dungeons
and they
and
basically
Dragons.
kind of did that live. Like, all right, you walking through the door, you felt
That's
through it. What do you do?
awesome.
They're like, oh, I do this. Oh, you lose 30 points. So they all like writing it down and going through. I watched that for about 30 minutes, and it was
Was John there? Was John on 100 there with
I didn't see him
with
and
Bravest
whatnot.
Warriors?
I didn't see him there at that time and whatnot, but I was
He
only there
called
for a
me,
day and a half.
asked me to
Yeah.
play Dungeons and Dragons a
Yeah.
couple days ago. Actually, it's just funny you brought that up.
They were doing it on the like Legion M, who had a great panel set with a lot of great people with informative stuff going
Shout
on.
out, but real quick before I forget, shout out Frederator, shout out Bravest Warriors. Go check out the new season. It just dropped. Our boy John Amahundro plays one of the leads and is a writer on the show now. So if
Yeah.
you haven't checked it out, go back and watch our past episodes. We gotta give shout out to Skipbags fam.
Yeah.
Anyways, sorry, Carl. I didn't
Yeah.
interrupt you. I just didn't want to forget that.
Yeah, but that was a
Shameless
great
plug.
panel. That was a great panel. Another great one was when they were talking about getting money for independent films, because some people get 8, 10, 12, 13, 14, $15,000. Maybe you crowdfund. Maybe look for an investor. So they always tell you, of course, instead of asking for what you exactly want, kind of shoot over a little bit. So
Ask
you,
for more so that you can get your actual.
yeah, so you can get your action about it. If you get more, great.
Yeah.
And things like that. And they were really talking about just with the new era of technology that the independent game is afoot. And you can probably do a whole lot of stuff. You can build it, make it for yourself, similar to what we're doing, make films, make shows, sell them, flip the money from that, keep going. And they had a lot of great talks about that. So it was, it was a lot of great stuff and whatnot. I was scared to talk to Bill Dukes for too long. He looked kind of tough.
He's a scary looking dude.
Oh,
isn't he?
he's a scary looking dude. Like, he's just sitting there and nobody knew who he was. That was the worst part.
Really?
Because he was in Predator. He was the guy in Predator. Oh, man, he's some fun. He was, he's this guy's best friend. And Predator just came out, I guess, again. So I'm sure there's a reason he's there, because probably for that reason, that sci-fi reason.
Mhm.
But he's just sitting there, just leaning back, just mugging mean as hell and whatnot. And I go, Mr. Bill Dukes, ask him a couple questions. And I was like, because of course, they got the little signs with the prices and shit. And I'm a cheap motherfucker. So I was like, I don't want to get into this whole paying these dudes right on the spot for it. So I was like, all right, but next time from now on, I'm gonna go hard. Like I'm gonna be like butt naked interviewing people in those places.
Oh.
Yeah.
All right.
That's I want to officially say I'm never going to another convention. That's what I have to look forward to.
Have you been to conventions because of your?
Yeah.
That's what I was gonna say.
All the time.
So before we get into Robert really quick, I want to give a special shout out to who brought you this episode today. Ladies and gentlemen, your episode is brought to you by Dipstick Vapes. Please go check out the Dipper right here. You know we've shouted it out. You've heard us talk about it. It's chilling. And also, this episode is brought to you by Nuwaza Apparel. So if you want the Nike of jiu-jitsu in the fight world,
wait, how do you say that properly again?
Nuwaza. Nuwaza is a jiu-jitsu term. All right, that's why. It is NEWAZA apparel.com. And you can check them out. We're tied in with 10th Planet, so you know Eddie Bravo. Shout out to all that camp over there. And next week, we got a fighter coming in. We got Albert the Warrior Morales, UFC fighter, preparing for his next fight. So we're gonna prep him up. He's one of the fam too. But anyways, I ask about the conventions because of your history and your career, Robert. And like, you know, you can just go to your IMDb and you can just see, I think I just saw 174 credits under actor.
It's a lot. Yeah.
It's a lot.
It's up there.
Can you take us back to the beginning? Because I think some of your early credits are like Columbo, the Waltons.
Yeah, let me think. I think
how'd you get into this
Abraham
business?
Lincoln was still in office when I started.
4 scores.
Yeah. You did that one. I actually started in high school as a professional actor, and one of the first jobs I did was like Columbo, Waltons, Emergency. I did all those Universal shows that were real popular in the 70s. Oh God, there's so many. It drives me crazy. Rockford Files. That was one I was thinking of. And my father was in the advertising business, and prior to me starting professionally, I was, I guess, a obnoxious kid. I just wanted to play, and I really wanted to get into acting. And he finally relented, introduced me to a couple of casting directors that he knew, who then referred me to an agency that handled a lot of young people at that time. So I went down to his.
Whoa! That sounds
workshop.
a little Me Too-ish going on right there.
Yeah,
a lot of young people handing you to the people.
This is the 70s. It was much more innocent, much more innocent. And so I went down to this theater. It was in Los Angeles here. It was called the Horseshoe Theater. I think now it's called the Melrose Theater on Melrose. And he basically had a workshop. And I mean, I wish more agents were to do this, because it was really, really nice. He had a large group of young people that were his clients. And every week he would have a workshop where he would bring in acting teachers, improv teachers, pantomime, whatever it was, so that the kids could get together and do stuff on stage. It was really, really wonderful. So I went down there. I just did some improvisation, just played around with some kids. And he came up to me later on. He said, "Hey, I mean, it all sounds nasty now." Yeah. Because he said, "I'd really like to." He says, "I'd like to handle you." You know, I was 14 or 15. He says, "I'd like to handle you." And I said, "Well, you'll have to talk to my dad. He's handling me."
Outstanding. So there's kind of like a grooming that they did for kids. They kind of groomed you guys for a while before they kind of put you into the business.
Yeah, and it was fun. And literally, I started out hot. I mean, I got, again, that sounds horrible. The first audition I went on, I booked. The third one I booked. The fifth one I booked. I mean, it was like boom, boom, boom. I was working right away. Yeah.
Nice.
And then that was doing commercials. Then I would segue and do TV shows. And eventually, since my father, his great love was voiceover, because he was a commercial producer, would bring in different actors to do radio commercials. And I used to go down as a kid to those studios and watch these incredible people perform. You know, at that time it was, Mel Blanc and Dawes Butler and June Foray and Jerry Stiller, Ann Mira. I mean, these great people would come in and just perform, and I thought, wow, this is amazing. So I guess it was kind of a natural evolution for me to kind of get into that. And once I started really, I'm one of those people that believes when a door opens, you have to walk through it. And because a lot of actors, they're here in Hollywood and they're knocking on the door going, movie star, I want to be a movie star. Well, that movie star door isn't opening, but the other, maybe the character actor door is wide open, but they refuse to walk through that. So basically I just trusted the universe a little bit, and the voiceovers just really started to blow up big time.
Well, so do you enjoy, like, as far as a student of the craft, do you enjoy the live action performance equally or more or less than the voiceover? Because
it's all different. I mean, it's the same thing, but it's just slightly different. I mean, I've done those where they put the dots in you. I can't even remember what the heck it's called.
Like the CGI
motion. Motion. I've done motion capture, which is really weird. As a matter of fact, I did motion capture for a huge new game that's coming out next year called The Last of Us Part 2, which I'm sure.
Who's developing that, if you don't mind me asking? Which company? Is it EA?
Naughty Dog.
Naughty Dog?
Yeah, but it's huge. I mean, the first one, Last of Us, was out maybe I want to say like 8-10 years ago. I mean, it was a huge game and won all the awards. And this one is really, really highly anticipated, coming out next year. And that was it was fun because you actually got to perform a scene with other people. In voiceover, more often than not, you're doing it isolated. Even if you're doing a video game like in StarCraft, for example.
Yeah, I was going to bring that up.
By going to do StarCraft, it's rare that they'll bring any other actors in there with me.
You're just in the booth with what I'm guessing is the engineer and producer, and and on the other side, and you're doing lines. Do they have a camera on you?
Yeah, for the most part they do. Generally they do. It just helps the animators to try to animate the
facial expressions and stuff like that. Yeah. Which, okay, so we touched on, you just brought up StarCraft. By the way, one of my favorite iconic games as a child. Growing up as a child, as a young adult, but what was that experience like, and did you know it was going to be what it became?
Yeah, I knew exactly back in 1998 how big the video game industry was going to be. That's why I did not invest in any of the video game companies. No, it was interesting because the first game came out in 98, and so I guess we were recording it in 97. When you think back how many years that is, it's pretty amazing for first of all, as an actor, to have a job that lasts that many years is crazy. And when I first was cast as Jim Raynor, for those of you who are maybe wondering what character does he play in StarCraft, it's Jim Raynor. He says things like, "Some things are just worth fighting for."
So, if you can imagine, for those of you who aren't aware, StarCraft is a video game, a militaristic video game involving three different races. You have the Terrans, which are basically humans, and then you have the Protoss, and then the Zerg. Yeah, and I remember Brood War is like one of my favorite expansions.
As a matter of fact, at BlizzCon, which is just happening right now, they just had, for the first time ever, the world champion of StarCraft is not a Korean.
Oh, wow.
If you can believe that. So history was made.
What is he?
Who took him down?
Is he a Chinaman? I'm sure.
No,
I'm just kidding.
It was Rob himself. He did it.
He almost looked like he's German or something. I don't know. He blonde hair. I mean, young guy.
That's amazing.
Just a kid from the suburbs.
Just a kid from the suburbs.
So when you're in there getting notes from a director, this is what I'm curious about. Is what the biggest difference. What is the biggest difference between doing a creative project for a video game versus doing a creative project for a film or a TV show?
Well, first of all, when I was, for example, I was in American Sniper, directed by Clint Eastwood and Bradley Cooper, starred in it, and it was really amazing to actually work with those people, because you're the opportunity of working with people at the top of their game in film is, I mean, it's tough. It's very, very difficult. Everybody wants to be in a movie, and I was fortunate enough to get cast. So working at that level, it was interesting because even though the scene was challenging, and literally about 30 minutes before we were going to shoot the scene, it was just Bradley and I, the writer came up to me and says, Bradley wants to expand on the scene. And I was thinking, holy shit, what does that mean? Am I going to get all kinds of new lines? I mean, I'm ready to do what I'm supposed to do. And now you throw me a monkey wrench. I said, what do you mean? He said, well, there's elements of the story that we haven't been able to really articulate very well or show in the film. So we thought in this scene, since it's a therapist, that was what I was playing, and Bradley Cooper, this would be a way where you could bring out that information. For example, like we talk about he's had 3 or 4 tours. Nobody knows how long that is. What is a tour? Unless you're in the military, you really don't know. So they said, okay, he was there for like 180 days. So I was able to articulate some of that stuff. But they said, we just want to improvise it.
We're just gonna wing it.
And actually, for me, that was perfect. That was That was the answer to a prayer.
Yeah.
It's like, really?
Well, you have Bradley, who is, from the actor studio.
Yeah.
So for someone like that, as a play partner, you guys are good.
Oh, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It seemed like it should be really intimidating and scary, but actually doing it was probably the easiest thing I've ever done because he's just so present. And I knew what my job was, which was to try to trip him up a little bit because I'm playing a therapist. So I'm trying to get him to be honest. And what's his job as Chris Kyle was, here's a guy that doesn't like to talk about what's going on. So we had opposites, and yet we knew what the purpose of the scene was. And then Clint Eastwood is sitting there, and you're going, oh my God, what strange reality. This can't be happening. I can't be in a room with just the 3 of us. This makes no sense. But once we did it, it was seamless. It was really kind of weird because even though we were improvising, we never stepped on anybody else's lines. Even though there weren't really lines, we knew what we were going to say, but we were just talking and listening. And the scene was wonderful. It ended up being Clint's favorite scene in the movie, and actually was a scene that they showed at the Academy Awards because Bradley was nominated for that. So it was an honor. So when you talk about what it's like working on a film at that level, it's friggin' fantastic. It doesn't get any better than that because you're dealing with people that are at the top of their game, that are legends, that are Academy Award winners, Academy Award nominees. I mean, phenomenal people. I mean, the best camera people. Everybody's the best. But what happens when you're working on camera is you're somewhat limited in how you look. It's getting to be less so because now they're able to do some motion capture and change things around a little bit, but still for the most part you are who you are. I'm not going to play somebody that's 15 years old. I'm not going to play somebody that's 90. I'm going to play somebody that kind of looks like me. And in video games or in voiceover, you throw all that out. When people meet me who have heard Jim Raynor in StarCraft, I make a joke and I say, I know there's kind of a cognitive disconnect here when you see me compared to what Jim Raynor looks like because I'm in such better shape.
Jim Raynor's a Marine for the Terrans. He's jacked
he
and
kicks ass. But the thing is, I am him because it's more than just what he looks like. I mean, we're all look different, but what defines a person is what's between the ears, who you are, what the choices that you make. In fact, that's one of the lines that Jimmy says is, we all got our choices to make. And it's so for me, it really resonated. And plus it was a character that I played it for so many years, and there was this great character arc and evolution. It was a love story. It had action, it had heartbreak, it had all the elements that you want to perform as an actor. So it was incredibly gratifying. So all in all, I would say voiceover is more fun because the opportunities are greater and you're not limited.
Nice.
Yeah.
You make it sound like jazz.
It really it is like that. Yeah, because the rules are kind of thrown out a little bit.
Yeah.
And they give you a lot of freedom, at least with Blizzard, they give you a lot of freedom to as to how you're going to interpret the role.
Nice.
So they're not locked in. And also with Blizzard, they don't have a timeline where they go, we got to have this game out in 6 weeks, so we really got to push it. No, they put the game out when they feel the game is ready.
When it's done.
So so they take as much time as you want.
Nice. So as a voiceover, because I want to do voiceover too, but when you're getting something, you don't really know how to start. So people say, get a reel, send it out to managers, stuff like that. What kind of reel would you advise somebody that's new into trying to do voiceover to make? Like, what kind of reel should they make, and how should they go about getting it out?
I'm glad you asked that question because that's what everybody assumes is the first step.
Mm-hmm. That's what they tell me.
But it's an expensive first step because to put together a good demo, it's going to cost you anywhere from $1,500 to $4,000 or $5,000. So it's not a minor investment.
I got a Macintosh computer. I mean, you can do it all at home.
There you go. But the problem is is that it is essentially your calling card. You're going to spend all this time putting it together. You're going to spend all this money, and if it's not competitive, you might as well have not done it.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Because you're going to be competing against people that are really, really good.
Mm.
My number one piece of advice for people that want to get into voiceover, and this is, I've worked with a lot of people, both on camera, off camera, but I have to say that the level of talent that's involved with the people that are doing voiceover, on average, is really, really high. They're really, really good actors. For example, I worked with a guy last year, and we were doing. It was a movie called Triple X, Xander Cage. I mean, I don't know if anybody saw it. It was, and we were brought in as the ADR group. For those of you who don't know, that's automated dialogue replacement. It's basically a loop group, Walla, where you go in there, and let's say, for example, the scene is a guy getting into a fight and he gets thrown out a window and he lands on on the street. Well, when they shoot that, they don't record the guy screaming because it's a stunt guy. They add that later. So later on, they'll bring in actors who will go, okay, I'll be that guy. And you go, and you fall out, you make a sound. And so we were just doing grunts and groans. It was really not that taxing as far as talent is concerned. It was really not that challenging as far as when I look at it, as far as the talent needed to do that job, it's pretty low, But I was working with a guy, and I'm talking to this fellow, and he's Filipino, and I understand he was actually nominated for an Olivier Award as the role of the engineer in Miss Saigon. And then within about a few weeks of when we were finishing this movie, he was going to go to New York to star on Broadway as the engineer in the Broadway revival of Miss Saigon. Now, this guy, for those of you who don't know what the Olivier Award is, that's the British equivalent of the Tony. It's like the Oscar. It's phenomenal. So here's a guy who's a Olivier Award nominee going,
Wow.
and happy to be there because we get the SAG rate, we get residuals, so it's all good. So I only bring that up because I want everyone to know that the level of talent that's out there, especially in a big city like Los Angeles or New York, is really high. So you have to be really, really good. And part of what you need to do is you have to be a good actor. And what is being a good actor? You really need to understand yourself, who you are, and you've got to be vulnerable. You've got to be available to just tear your chest apart and let your emotions be exposed. So unless you're willing to go that route, it's way too early to put together a demo and think that's going to be competitive. Because if it's not, then it's you wasted your money.
Like, what about like when you send it out? So let's say you eventually get to the demo stage.
Yeah.
You
Okay.
got, you're just like, fuck it, I'm gonna make this damn thing and try it anyway. How do you go about like getting it out there? Like, do you just send it to random manager dudes on the street? Because I figured it's gonna hit their junk mail or something.
Well, part of the business is changing. It used to be where you would literally have like a demo, or like a CD or something you would send out. Now I think it's a little bit more important to have a really good social media presence. So you need to have a good website. Again, now we're talking more money.
Yeah.
So, and you have to have a website that looks professional. Yeah. It can't be something that doesn't look professional, because a lot of agents will look at even if they look at the packaging of your demo. If they get 20 in a day, for example, and one comes in just a plastic bag from the supermarket, as opposed to one where a guy had it professionally designed and packaged, which do you think the agent is gonna reach for? Especially since the agent is really busy. They're getting, when I say 20 a day, that's probably a small number. They probably get more than that. So it's when do they reach for that one? So you really need to have a really nice website. I think that's probably a little bit more effective. And also referrals are really the best. If you know somebody that's with that agency that can recommend, hey, listen, can you listen to, Joe Blow, blah, 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 he's terrific, then you have a higher likelihood that the agents will get to it. But also know that when you have that demo out there, once they do listen to it, they're not going to want to listen to it, the same demo 6 months from now if they've taken a pass on you. Whereas if you're an actor and you have a headshot, who knows? You can send a headshot to the same agent, 10 times in a year, and all of a sudden casting crosses their desk that morning. They go, oh yeah, she'd be perfect for this.
Yeah.
So again, I tell people to kind of resist that temptation to spend too much money right away. But once you do it, we can talk about how you can make it work.
So similar with the headshots. They say you got to change headshots, take a lot of new headshots.
Oh,
a lot
yeah,
when you go in and you'll come in, you're like, I just got these last week. They're like, yeah, but you're like older now.
Well, casting directors will keep your headshot on file.
Yeah.
Agents, maybe, look, I don't know. My experience was that agents are a little bit less active, whereas casting directors are more active in like following up and being like, oh, I think I remember somebody. It's be good for this part. That's more their lane.
And looking back,
you know? When you were talking about preparing for a role, obviously there's certain roles that require more preparation than others. Like you said, go do ADR. I just did ADR for a movie myself that, we helped produce. And it was really just because like we needed fun stuff, you know? So I brought a couple of my friends in that aren't, they're actors, but they're not working. They're not, professional. They're like, community theater friends of mine. So we did it. It was all good. The level was there. But at the same time, I didn't, I needed to prep them. We didn't need to like get into character. It wasn't method, but so where do you take that training if you're preparing for a high level role, like something like StarCraft or one of your numerous other credits? Where do you take that mental preparation and then connect it with your instrument, your physical voice instrument? Because
one of my favorite quotes was from Pablo Picasso, who was one of my favorite artists.
Oh, quoting Picasso up in here now.
I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why. Because he said he studied his entire life to learn how to paint like a child. Which is basically true. In other words, you study, you learn your craft, but when it comes time to perform, you have to let it go. You can't be thinking about it. If you're a baseball player, and that's why you have batting practice. That's where you work on the swing. That's where the coach is saying, kind of rotate your hips or whatever the heck it is. Raise your hands, whatever it is. He's giving you tips. But when you step into the batter's box, if you're thinking about the mechanics, you're toast.
It's got to be muscle
You're
memory.
going to strike out.
Automatic.
It's got to be here. You just got to be there. You got to trust that everything that you've learned is going to come together. So the best preparation is to be thinking about it all the time, to make sure that you understand who you are, your instrument, so that when the cast or when the director comes and said, listen, I need this to be more blue, for example, you go, what the hell does that mean? You're gonna be able to say, I got it, no problem. Yeah, I know what you mean. And just go with it. One of the things I like to say is, if you're going to go wrong, go strong and wrong. Be bold. I know that in ADR, a lot of people are timid when it comes to the microphone. You can't be timid.
Oh no, I definitely wasn't. Everyone else.
Yeah, you're not. No. Getting that thing out of your hands is going to be very difficult.
I'm Cuban, man.
I'm not talking about the mic.
I knew we were getting along great.
Nice.
Robert, I do I want to go through a couple of your favorite credits.
Sure.
Can I do this and just ask you a little bit, how was it like on this project? Kind of thing? Because I want our audience to know the significance and the reach that you as a career has had, man. So we started with,
Well, I've also been lucky. I mean, I don't deny that. I mean, there's a lot of talented people out there. But another thing you want to do to be successful in this business is you got to have the right attitude. First of all, you have to understand that rejection is the norm. I mean, if you're losing 95% of the time, in other words, you audition 95% of the gigs you audition for, you don't get, but 5% you are getting, you're a success.
Yeah, that's success rate.
So you've got to be able to tolerate that rejection, not take it personally. Bryan Cranston, for example, when he started to become successful, when he realized that the audition, instead of auditioning for a job as the mentality, I want to get this TV show, I want to get whatever this is, he looked at it, he says, this is an opportunity for me to show what I can do. So it was an opportunity for him to perform. So he took the pressure off of trying to get the job and instead just said, I'm just going to perform. I'm going to do what I do. And whether they hire me or not, that's their choice. I can't make that decision for them. So you need to have that kind of an attitude. Plus, you need to be, I think, someone that's easy to work with.
So you say networking and being good to work with, and all that
there's
a
lot. There's a lot of talented people out there, but a lot of actors have this feeling that they're carrying the weight of the world on their shoulders, like it's all so important. And the Coen brothers, who directed, I always get this movie wrong, Old Country for a New Man, or whatever that one was with Daniel Day-Lewis. When they won their Oscar, they said, we've been making movies since we were about 6 or 7 years old. We did a movie called Henry Kissinger, Man on the Run. And they said, what we're doing now is not all that much different. And it's true. because we're playing in the sandbox. We have the opportunity as adults to still play in the sandbox, to do the stuff that we were doing as kids. Why are kids such great actors? Because they believe what it is they're doing. You know, as a kid, we're talking about Superman. I remember as a kid, I would put like a towel around my neck and I'd tie it and think I was Superman, think I could fly.
I thought I actually flew one time when I I flew that time for half a second.
That's it. So but you need to understand that as an adult, you know, we lose that as an adult, and you need to, as an actor, to be able to totally engage yourself completely in the role that you're playing. When I was working with Bradley Cooper, I was looking into his eyes, and I'm telling you, Bradley Cooper did not exist. He was not there. It was Chris Kyle. He had totally given himself to it. I mean, he spoke with a Southern accent. I've met him personally many times since, and he's kind of gregarious and kind of goofy and kind of nice and very open. As that character, no, he was clipped. You'd ask him a question, his lips hardly moved. He was locked into that character. He just gave himself completely into it. Now, other people may look at that and go, "Oh God, that's so weird." You feel like and you start second guessing yourself. But you just have to trust and have fun.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure he was having fun in that way. It was serious business, but it was still fun.
Yeah.
I agree. No, I mean, you're talking to somebody who's method myself. And when I used to teach, I tell people, I'm like, look, if you don't believe what you're doing, nobody else is. You know?
Well, I have a good friend that used to work for Marlon Brando. And Marlon Brando would say the best actor is the best liar. The best liar.
Yes.
You want to know who the best actor is? Who's the best liar in this room? That's going to be the best actor.
Agreed. I'm a shitty liar. I got a lot of work to do. That one of the things I was telling myself is because I'm trying to be a little actor, whatever, true. And as you do it and whatnot, I was noticing that, and people are, "Oh, you did so good, you did so good, you were so great in that role," and I'm looking like, I don't believe me. So it's like, no matter how good somebody else tells me I was, until I look at that screen and I'm like, holy fucking shit, that's me.
That's
like,
you, but it's not you.
Yeah,
it's someone
like
else.
when it like almost scares you to the point like, I can't believe I'm that. Wow, like I really believe me there, and I know that's not the person I am. That's when I know I've achieved. Do you feel like that from a sound perspective, almost with the audio situation?
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting since I've been doing it so much and for so many years, and I'm working so much with all these narrated shows. I am able to separate myself from the show. In other words, when I watch Ancient Aliens or Curse of Oak Island or Curse of Civil War Gold, part of me is listening to my voice, but it's more an evaluation just technically. I'm listening to it going, did I hit that moment right? Did that what I wanted? Did it sound good? Am I speaking too fast? Was it too slowly? Am I articulating? It's more the technical aspects of it. But at the same time, I'm able to separate and know that it's not me and just watch the show and listen to the voiceover. So, and that's kind of a neat place to be in, because if you get too concerned about what you're looking like or what you're sounding like, then the doubt starts coming up. You start getting tense, you start worrying, you start thinking about other things as opposed to just being. The best actors are the ones that just be. You don't need to be anybody else than who you are.
Like Keanu Reeves, like just got to be yourself in that position.
Yeah, Keanu, that was exactly what I was thinking of.
wow, bro, go back in time. He's the
Nailed
same guy in everything he plays, same style, but in his own way.
You're right in that regard. Yeah. Keanu doesn't try to be anybody else other than Keanu.
He's like, I'm gonna kick some ass, and I'm not gonna really talk much while I'm doing it.
But imagine Keanu Reeves doing voiceover in a video game. No, wouldn't it be? I don't know Keanu. I'm sure he's a wonderful guy, but I would think that he would be rather bland.
Don't you? Didn't he?
Well,
do you know?
He's himself.
Well, do you know if he did voiceover for the Matrix video games? Did he do his own ADR for that? I don't know. I would guess so because that character. No,
is it important?
No, it's not that important.
I don't know. Let's look at. Let's stop the show. Let's find out.
It's not a big deal.
Wait a minute. You do all the voiceovers for Ancient Aliens?
Yeah.
I've listened to your voice for probably 6,000 to 12,000.
So high.
Okay, so let me give you this. Is it possible? Could it be? What if it were true? Ancient astronaut theorists say yes.
There it is, ladies and gentlemen.
Fuck me, Jay-Z and Beyonce.
Ancient astronaut theorists say yes.
Yes. Robert, tell me,
Clotworthy, son.
do you identify with the ancient alien theorists?
Interesting, because people ask me that question. They say, "Do you believe? What's your opinion?" And
Catch him at Alien
For-
Con in
tiptoe around
Baltimore.
this answer.
by the way, yes, you can ask me that question at Baltimore's Alien Con coming up next weekend.
There
Is
you
that
go.
your
See you there.
voiceover too when I hear that commercial all
No,
the
it's
time?
not. I don't know who that is. Who's that pretender to the crown? What was I can't remember. What was the question you were asking me? Was
Do you identify?
do I identify?
Do your
Alien
beliefs
guy.
do I
align with
believe?
ancient astronaut or ancient alien
Okay.
theorists?
Well, people ask me that, and if I were to totally support, believe it 100%, I'd be almost like a preacher. That would be my attitude that I'd have to have as an actor. It's like, listen, I know this. You got to believe me. If I was a pure skeptic and thought it was all a bunch of crap, that would affect my attitude as well. Then I would be, kind of dismissing everything. Instead of saying ancient astronaut theorists say yes, I'd say ancient astronaut theorists say yes. It's like, really, can you believe what? Are you serious?
Say yes,
Can you
man.
believe?
Can you believe that? Or as opposed to ancient astronauts just say yes. Like I'm really trying to hammer it down your throat. So I understand that what my job is as far as the show is concerned. And I understand where the producer, who is also the creator and the writer of the show, is coming from. And his attitude is one of he's a skeptic, but he's open to the information. So when I get a script, I don't get that script in advance. I don't get it a day before. I show up in the studio and they hand it to me and I go into the booth. And when I open up the page, that's the first time I see it. I don't read the whole thing. I look at what I'm going to say, because part of it is, I have the skill level where I'm able to get the words off of the page pretty quickly. And for those of you who want to get into voiceover, if you're not a good cold reader, that's a skill that's critical, which means you got to read out loud all the time.
Practice
all the time. So I'm really good about grabbing the words off the page and also having an interpretation. But at the same time, when I'm getting this information, I want to be affected by what it is that I'm reading. So if they are to say, for example, let's say a spaceship landed on June 3rd, 2015, and the Pentagon refuses to release the information. This is a fact. Let's say theoretically it's a fact. That's going to be pretty amazing to me. I'm going to go, holy crap, wow. So I allow that excitement or that amazement to come through in my read, because I'm just like everybody else that's watching the show. I just
bring the
saying
audience
the words.
in. That's what, by doing that, you make it yourself relatable to who's watching, right?
Yeah. And I also understand in voiceover, they give you what we call signatures. In other words, a way to describe who you are vocally. So with you, I would say, he's excitable. He's passionate. He's youthful. He's kind of a little bit street. I mean, I'll use all those kind of terms to kind of describe you a little bit.
We'll take that.
Yeah,
We'll take that. I like that.
And this way helps to kind of, I know it sounds negative to pigeonhole you, but it's really important so people can know who you are. So it's like if an agent is trying to sell you, they can say, he's this, and like, oh, perfect. Got it. I had a casting director describe my vocal signature as approachable intelligence. Now,
that sounds dope.
That doesn't mean that I'm brighter than anybody else. It just means that
That's how you
when
sound.
you hear me, it sounds like I know what I'm talking about, and it's also not threatening. It's not professorial. It's not like I'm giving you information that's going to scare the shit out of you. It's more like, hey, listen, I found this new information. Why don't you come in and share this with me? So I understand that is my strength. So I play to that strength in the show.
Because you do voiceover so much for all History Channel shows, do you approach the different shows differently? Curse of Oak Island is way different than Ancient Aliens.
Of course. Yeah, each one is slightly different. It's still going to be me. I'm not going to go in there and just be like Daniel Day-Lewis and shift, and all of a sudden I'm this shape-shifting voiceover guy. You don't even know who I am. I've got to dress in a weird way. No, depending on the show, I'll look at it and understand what it is I have to do with. With Ancient Aliens, it's a show about questions. So I understand that I'm going to be asking a lot of questions. We ask questions. We don't really necessarily spoon feed you the answers. We give you some information, and then let you guys decide whether it's BS or whether it's the truth or not, or whether you believe it. And with Oak Island, since it's a show about exploring, it's a show about discovery. It's a show about perseverance, about not being frustrated or to the point of where you stop. It's like having a dream and continuing. So I need to know. So what I try to do is I try to drive that message of the show forward with the narration. So maybe it's a little bit more active in the narration. It's a little bit more, they're going over here and doing this. Plus, I'm doing a lot of that. I'm saying, meanwhile, back at the money pit, meanwhile, over here, now they're doing this, now they're having a meeting. So a lot of it is informational, but I've got to help drive the action forward a little bit.
Almost like a musician, like when they write to have a certain approach to a song or a certain style they use in the song, or they hear a beat and they say, okay, I got to make these words fit the emotion of this beat or something like that. It's almost kind of like you get the script, you see the show, and then you feel the emotion of it and say, okay, this is the voice I'm going to use now. I'm going to use my high voice. I'm going to use my low voice. I'm going to use my quirky voice, something like that.
Exactly.
Brilliant.
So before I forget, I do want to go through this really quick. I'm just so impressed by your career, man, and your credits.
Oh, okay.
The first day of class when they went down, I took voiceover class at Kalmanson over in Burbank.
Shout out.
With Rob over here, and the first day they have someone come in and read Rob's entire vocal history.
I was like, was that the whole class?
It was just actually it was a definitely an abridged version.
It was an abridged, but it was like 5 minutes long, and everyone was like, "Oh my God, who?"
It's insane.
Rob just comes in, he's like, "Hey, everybody, so nice, so wonderful."
Insane. And you're such a down to earth, wonderful, personable, joking, lighthearted person. I'm so glad it's refreshing in this industry to have people that are.
What we're doing is so silly. I mean, look at what we're doing now. I mean, isn't this kind of crazy to imagine that? Did you think that in your life this is what you were going to do?
Hell no, man.
Of course not.
I'm a musical theater actor turned producer and radio show host. I never thought I was going to be here.
But isn't it a ton of fun?
Oh, it's great.
Yeah.
It's amazing. It's one of my favorite things.
And what happens is something like this will turn into something else. Another door will open. It's amazing if you just follow that the universe, so to speak. Not that I'm going to get all artsy fartsy spiritual on you or anything.
Hey,
but
no, you're talking to an alchemist here, man. I'll walk down that train with you.
Okay,
Walk down that road.
Cool.
I do. We talked about your early career a little bit, and then we stopped and we made a big highlight on StarCraft.
Mm-hmm.
So from StarCraft in '98, I'm gonna go through your IMDb a little bit, and I'm gonna list off some credits, and I'm gonna stop on some that I'd like to ask you, just like what was it like on this, because they're some of my favorite. Is that cool?
Yeah, sure.
We'll geek out. We're going to geek out. Geek session.
So literally right after StarCraft, your next credit is Mulan. Can we start there? Because what was Mulan like? And you're credited as a Hun. And by the way, I like I said, musical theater actor over here, bro. I'm geeking
and did
out
they
myself.
ask you to come back to be a Hun in the live action Mulan?
Wow. Animation is a lot of fun. It's work. I've done. This was part of an ADR group. First, I was going to say musical theater. I envy you because I can't carry a tune in a bucket. I mean, I literally.
I never said I was good.
Okay, Gavroche.
So I worked on Milan. I worked on Spirit Stallion of the. I'm trying to remember.
Spirited Away.
Spirited Away. Yes, but there's like a whole bunch of animated things in there.
Incredibles 2.
Incredibles 2 most recently. Incredibles 2 that's coming up. So a lot of that, it wasn't like they had like super featured role, but they would bring in a group of actors, just like it was almost an ADR session, but we would do specific characters for that animated movie. So, working with that is always one of the things I love about when I do ADR is that you get to see a film in a area of or a portion of the process that most people don't get to see. Some of it is fully animated. Some of the stuff is just pencil drawing. Some of the stuff is nothing. I worked on most recently, Call of the Wild, which is a movie that's going to be coming out. It's going to be a live action, but it's going to be heavily with a lot of
talking animals.
Yeah, talking animal motion capture. But they needed to bring in actors to play all the roles of the main characters, because it was at that point it was still in the process where they're pitching it to Disney. They're going through and they're going, we want to make sure that they're happy with this, that, and the other thing. So I got to play like one of the major characters in Call of the Wild.
Go.
So it's challenging, it's interesting, it's fun, and when you work on an animated movie, you generally get a bit more money than you do on a live action film. Ooh. So that's good, because you're not competing with stunt people for residuals.
Oh yeah,
that's right.
True.
Smaller casts. Yeah. We like that.
When you're doing something like Call of the Wild, I know a lot of animated movies. They like to, take a like a video of you while you're doing the ADR, and then they will take the video and then put your facial, I don't know, characteristics into that character. Would they do something like that on Call of the Wild? Because it's animals, you think they would try to make the animal look a little bit like the person?
Well, we weren't doing, I wasn't doing an animal. We were doing the humans. They're going to fully animate, all the animals that are in the movie. And I think the person that is playing my role in the actual movie when it's made, I think it's Harrison Ford.
Nice.
I mean, they've got some serious actors that are coming in. Yeah. But they would video us because they wanted to do some kind of an animated presentation that they could give to the executives as to how the movie is moving along. And it's all part of making everybody that's spending the money feel good about what it is they're doing and being included in the process. So you don't want to just give somebody $200 million, make a movie and not be involved. You want to at least go into have a meeting every once in a while where somebody comes in and kind of kisses the ring a little bit.
What's the update?
What's going on? Can we see that? Oh yeah. Somebody can say, oh yeah, I'd love to meet you for lunch, but I've got to go take a look at this early screening of Call of the Wild. I'm EP on it. Whatever it is. So it is important and it's fun. It's creatively incredibly exciting to do. Anytime you do work on an animated film, it's fun because it's wide open. Who knows what you're going to be playing?
So it leads me to my next question, which is about one of your live action roles. But in between those, I gotta list some shit here, bro. You got the Iron Giant, Jag, Drew Carey, The Emperor's New Groove, Accidental Spy, West Wing. It brings us to 1 Hour Photo with the late, the great Mr. Robin Williams.
Yeah.
What was that like?
It was pretty spectacular because Robin was he was not what you would think he would be like in real life. His persona was one of very big, very loud, very always on. And actually, when you meet him one-on-one or met him one-on-one, he was almost shy.
I've heard that.
Yeah, he was shy. He was quiet. He was timid. He was a very sensitive person, and I found him very, very, very nice to be around. And we did. I'll tell you a funny story about working on 1 Hour Photo. I mean, first of all, they hired me, and I got to go, and they brought me. They brought everybody in that was in the movie to do a table read. So you had everybody was there that was in the movie, and here I was.
Wow. Nice.
Reading characters and different things with them. So it was a ton of fun. And when we were working on the scene, it was a scene where I played like an eye surgeon. I think there was in the movie, he's in a hotel and he's trying to escape. I'm trying to remember what the specifics were. He has a bag, whatever it is. And he walks through a door and he happens to walk into this giant hall where it's dark and there's somebody up on stage who's giving a lecture. And that person that's giving the lecture is me. And he has to walk across in front of all these people. And there must have been 200 extras that were sitting in seats. And the lecture is interrupted. And he walks through and he kind of says a little thing. And I say something to him, and he walks at the door and he's gone. Well, imagine this. I mean, Robin Williams is still Robin Williams. The reason I said he had this bag, he had this kind of a shoulder bag that was like over his shoulders that he was carrying with him. And cameras in the room, and they call action, and the door opens up, and he's standing there in the door, and he walks in, he walks across, and he goes out the other door, and the director says, great, let's do it again. So, he did it like 2 or 3 times. And then one take, I'll never forget this. The door, and this is on film. I know they have this. The door opens, and Robin Williams is only wearing his underwear. He's only with his underwear with this bag just in front of the jewels. And he does the whole scene. He stands there and he kind of like wanders like
Welcome welcome. It is officially showtime for the My Part of Town podcast. Oh, you guys did enjoy that interview by Mr. Robert Clotworthy. We did a couple of years back, right before the pandemic hit, which of course ruined our radio show. But that guy has like 300 credits in Hollywood. He did H&M. He's done every cartoon movie you ever loved, every action movie, Terminator. I'm talking, he's done the voiceover in everything you have ever seen. We got to spend a whole 2 hours with him, and he's basically like my mentor, and I want to do what he does one day. So shout out to Robert Clotworthy for that great interview we got a couple of years back, and I hope we can reclaim that in the future as we get shows going. Volo might be asleep. I don't know. Usually if we wait too long to bring him in, he knocks Bright back out. Oh, I think he's here.
Yeah, I'm here.
There he is. So I'm Mr. Cedar Force Poppy called a bad boy, aka Black Jesus. And I'm a goddamn fool. And I got my guest host with me here, known as many names. You might have to turn your volume down some, Volo, or the headset, as we discussed multiple times. But he is my guest host. He is known as many names. In the multiverse, he is known as Volother Amadulus Tautology. In the intellectual circles, he's known as Big Daddy Epitomologist. King Kong Epitome is what they call him. And in the streets, he is known as VMT, the breakdancing, beatboxing, DJing, beat making, hip hopping mastodon. What's going on with you there, sir? And he's probably working on heaven. Oh, we got BAS sliding up in here too. The guy. Yeah. I got my other guy here with me and whatnot, my other guest host and whatnot, also known in many circles as many names. In the multiverse, he is known as El Primo. In the regular circles, he is simply known as Bitches That Ain't Shit, the King.
No. You just gotta say bitches ain't shit. That's what you gotta say. You know what I mean?
There it is.
Can't put no other word in there. I want them to they gotta hear all three words clearly.
That's right. That's right. And in many, many circles, he is known as many other things which we can't confirm nor deny for legal purposes. And that's Mr. BAS. What's going on with you, sir?
Shit, you already know, man. Celebrating that we got rid of that motherfucker.
Oh, James Harden is gone. The team looks so good, bro.
Yeah, I know. Y'all lost 2 games already, right?
Like, think of the last 2 years we wasted not letting Maxey run the pick and roll with Joel.
Yep.
Like straight up, we didn't need it because Maxey been balling like this since day one. You ever notice Maxey is smiling the whole game?
Yeah, he even doing commercials and everything now too.
He did his shit blocked, and he's just like, I'm like, this nigga is happy as fuck to be out there. Like he like really loves to play basketball. Like he don't even care. Like
the chemistry looking good on them right now.
Oh man, Kelly Oubre is happy to be in Philly. He said it's the best organization he ever been with. And he a nigga, and he in Philly, a black town. And he look Puerto Rican. He is killing it right now. He probably fucking all the bitches in Philly right now. Kelly Oubre, and he a baller. Always liked him. We got Nick Batum, one of the top 10 glue men over the last 20 years. When people need a championship team, who did they used to go get? Nick Batum. Who else did they go get? We got our former Sixer back, Covington.
Yo, the Boo Batum, how long he been in the league?
Huh?
The Boo Batum, I'm not a tripper. He been in the league for a long time, right?
He's like mid-30s. He's been about 13 years. And when I saw he was always on those Miami teams and shit like that. You know them niggas that was trying to get championships the last 5 years? They would always pick his ass up. And the Clippers was the last one to pick him up. And the Clippers just been sitting on him for like 6 years. Doing nothing. Because they needed him to fill in for Kawhi and Paul George.
Man, now he's y'all problem now.
Oh man, the Clippers done fell for that bullshit. This nigga sitting up in their interview. There's like, James Harden, are you ready to be part of a system? He's like, I am a system.
I know that's y'all downfall right now. Y'all having that motherfucker.
Oh man, dog, they lost the first game because you know what it is that
you lost 2 games already.
Yeah,
you lost 2 games already.
Shit. They're like the Lakers. You know how the Lakers got a bomb ass roster. If you look at the Lakers roster, they have 20-point scores from the top to the bottom of the roster. All 12 of the guys can score 20 points on you. But how come they can't score more than 100? How come? Because all they do is they don't have no actual offense. They just all come out and start doing the James Harden and shit.
Right.
And that's the Clippers too. Kawhi does the James.
Yeah, I think one of the biggest reasons. I think one of the biggest reasons why Harden wanted to leave was because he knows that the Clippers organization about to open that new stadium.
Yeah,
the owner got mad money. That motherfucker got mad money, so he could afford to pay the luxury tax. So I think that's what he did. That's why he did it. Why he was bitching so much. Yeah,
he's desperate, but I think he also doesn't understand basketball. You know what I mean? Like, just because you have a lot of stars, that doesn't mean you win. Like, you got to think, even with Miami, they was talking 2, 3, 4. They barely won 2.
Yep.
Barely won 2. Look at Boston. Should have won 4, right? Barely
only won
1. Look at.
And I think they only went to the finals two times, right?
Besides Golden State, after they won the most games ever.
Right? They went to the championship 2 times, right? That's it.
Yeah. 2 times. Won the first time, should have won the second time against the lost. I think they went like maybe 3 times. I think they lost one, won one, and then they lost again. But they should have lost. They should have won the last one. But Doc Rivers is such a shitty coach, he couldn't take advantage of the Lakers.
Where's he coaching now, bro?
Hopefully to fucking home, and his bitch is telling him, I want a divorce.
I want to go see other people.
Oh, no, fuck
they
that.
want to see other people and shit.
She on that Joe Smith. You heard that shit about Joe Smith, how his bitches on OnlyFans because he broke now?
Yeah, I saw that shit. I was like, that's just for the fucking clout.
Well, I think they're just playing the game. I think they both agreed to it. And he's just gassing. Because he acting mad, but he don't look mad. He look like a dumb nigga that's high on a drug. And I'm like, that when I see that, I see bad acting.
Nah, you know what it was? At first he was acting like he's mad, but then his girl was like, get in with the program, and that's it. And after a while he got cool with it and shit.
Yeah, I mean, I think they said his worth is all the way down to $100,000. And I think they said he has like $3,000 in his checking account.
Mm-hmm.
And it's sad because he made $60 million. He probably got 20 million of it. And just dotting up and buying bitches and traveling and balling, you don't realize how fast that shit eats the fuck up, especially when you don't got a job to replenish money.
Right.
And that's what happened to that nigga. And that's what happens to a lot of them. And then they retire and then they home every day. Like, why you think Tom Brady bitch left him? She's like, oh, you retiring? Wait, so you gonna be home every day? Yeah, this ain't gonna work. Nigga.
No, she got divorced before he retired. What you mean?
I mean, well, it was right before though.
No, what it was like the year he said he was gonna retire the first time. She thought she was with it, like, oh, that's why he's gonna retire, whatever. Then he decided to come back. And I guess the middle of that season, that's when they decided to get divorced, or she decided to get divorced.
Oh, well, it's always a matter of time. Look at Scottie Pippen. Once he was done, a couple years later, his bitch started acting
No,
up.
she was just a whore. No. Scottie Pippen girl was just a whore. Fuck that.
But this is the thing.
They made songs about it, bro.
Whores. This is the thing, though, BAS. They're all whores when they meet them. But you know what? A simp that doesn't have game, because, you know, NBA players have never had to actually talk to a woman. You know how you got to talk to a woman to get with her? You got to meet her, right? You got to game her up. You got to do it. NBA players was the man in high school, the man in college, and they the man in the NBA. They've never had to talk to a woman, so they think that whores actually like them for them. But they don't realize that once the money runs out, the whore doesn't love you anymore. Volo?
Mic check.
Yeah, we hear you.
All right. Now I was changing.
You got Volo over there?
Yeah.
What's up, big?
I don't hear him.
You can't hear me?
I hear you. Yo, you can't hear him?
Your volume is low, bro.
Yeah, see, I turned the volume down because...
Man, I still can't hear that man.
Volo, in your settings, there should be a microphone setting and a speaker setting. There should be an input and output setting.
Nah, it's on one.
Oh, because of the phone? Are you using the phone?
Yeah.
Dog, so I mean, you know how you could resolve this?
You can hear me now, though, right?
Yeah, I can hear now.
Yeah, I put it on automatic again.
Okay. Well, I will say, to save this
Bolo,
fight.
what's up?
All is good, man.
Get some headphones out with a headset, man.
All right.
Like that's just like $7. You can't afford it?
No, I'll hook it up.
Okay.
All is good.
Money.
What's good?
Shit,
man. What's going on with just wrap up time? So what's going on? We'll go around the room, do a wrap up. BA has been off for a while, so he's probably gonna have a pretty good long wrap up. So what's going on with you, Volo? And then we're going to BAS.
Oh, I'm chilling. Me and the boy been doing a podcast every day.
How's that going?
That's great, man. We doing a different game every day. I'll go on I'm going on Facebook at 6:30 and do my little wrap up or whatever, and then 7 o'clock we'll play whatever game he wants to play, or do a live stream together, and But of course, that's after we ride the bike, eat a nice dinner, do some homework, squeezing it all in, and having fun doing it. That's basically what's been going on.
Nice. So what's up with you, BAS?
I'm over here, everything's all good, celebrating that we got rid of that bitch, and then we got rid of the fucking cowgirls last weekend. So
yeah,
all is good.
That cowgirly ass,
bro. I was so happy when that happened, bro.
Oh well, I mean, who doesn't love beating it? I don't know a single team in the NFL that doesn't hate the Cowboys.
They do it to themselves.
Other divisions is like fuck the Cowboys.
They do it to themselves, bro.
Yeah. Shitty fans and the delusional owner will make it happen. Anything else been going on?
Yeah, we got a new mayor and shit.
Oh yeah, sister, right?
Yeah, that bitch already talking about she gonna do the stop and frisk shit again.
Oh, cause she on that tough on crime bullshit. She on that what was the white boy back in the day that put all the cops on the street that made them whoop niggas' ass?
You talk about Rizzo?
Yeah. She's black.
Well, that was
Rizzo.
before my time. I heard about him, but that was before my time.
Okay, well, you heard about him. Go, guess what?
Yeah, I heard about him.
What you just said about her? That's that Rizzo shit. Oh, we gonna get
but see, Rizzo, but listen.
We gonna
but Rizzo was more racial though.
Huh?
You heard? I said Rizzo was more racial though. Like he didn't like black people or Spanish.
Well,
this bitch is gonna fucking pull over anybody.
Let me tell you something. Ain't nobody more dangerous when it comes to racism than a black person, because they have the freedom to fuck with everybody.
Thank God I'm not in the game no more.
Did you hear that line that she said? She said, we're going to use every single legal line in the book to stop crime.
What?
She said, we're going to use every legal line in the book to stop crime. That means this bitch is about to pull all the stops out. Let me see if I can find her.
Like they wasn't already doing that shit already.
Yep. Let's see here. New Philadelphia mayor. Let's go. See, if y'all all voted for Volo, we wouldn't have this problem. Right, Volo?
Exactamundo.
No, fuck that. If I would have been mayor, I'm still doing all that shit. Fuck that. Me to clean these fucking streets up. Especially in Kensington, bro. That shit looking rough, man. It's like every day, man. I don't even like looking at videos that come from over there.
Yeah. I mean, that's what it is. All right. Back up. Videos.
That was like the three main things I wanted to talk about. Fucking James Harden, the Eagles busting ass, and fucking the new mayor and shit.
Mm-hmm. All right, let's do this. I'm gonna get a YouTube.
I don't even know if she black or white. I don't even know how she fucking look. I don't even know her name.
Who? The chick that won?
Yeah, I don't know nothing about.
We about to check bitch out right now. I'm just looking. I'm tracking it down. I found a Fox 29 joint, so I'm gonna bring that up at the crib channel 29 and bring it up. And she just won, so they got a little 2-minute talk. First female mayor. That's cool, you know.
She's not the first female mayor, is she?
In Philly?
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah. I mean, man, I think Wilson Good was the first black mayor back when we had the move shit back in the day.
Damn, I remember Wilson Good. I remember
he was the first black mayor. So it ain't been that long, my brother. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah. When have we had our first Puerto Rican mayor?
Man, I don't think we should have one anyway.
Yo, you can't be racist against your own people, Mr. BS. I'm not saying
Man, listen, shit ain't gonna get done, man. Like, let's keep it real.
You're like, no. You don't say. Fuck that.
Nah.
That's
Shit gonna get
hilarious.
done wrong.
Shit
Shit ain't gonna get done right at all, bro.
Who that in the
like,
car
hell
with you?
no.
Technician?
Yeah, I got a technician over here. You already know with Killer on the side. Yeah.
All right. What's going
Shout out to
on,
the
fella?
gods.
Chilling in the blizzard.
Yeah, over here it's fucking cold as shit right now, Mr. C.
What's the temperatures?
Yesterday was nice as shit. Today it's fucking cold as fuck.
Like on some 40 degrees, 35 shit?
No, I ain't gonna say 35, but like 45, 40 degrees, 42 degrees.
Yeah, that sounds about right. It went out. Well, let's check out this video of this broad right here. Let's see what we got going on. Let me share this, see what this bitch is talking about. Cause she was talking shit, like she was like, yeah, she's like, I was looking for a nigga named BAS. I think that was actually in this speech.
I think she had something to do with somebody from them checking my car.
I'm just saying, she said
fucking
she was
bitch.
looking for niggas named
That bitch ain't
BAS.
shit.
I think we're gonna listen to it again. Maybe I heard the shit wrong, but it sounded like she said, yeah, she says this.
I didn't even know the fucking the voting day was the other day.
It was yesterday. It was 2 days ago. The 6th. It's always the 6th or the 5th. The first Tuesday of November or some bullshit.
Bro, they be blowing my phone up every day with these fucking scam likely numbers and shit.
Oh yeah, they be wanting you to vote and text and send them money and shit.
Yeah,
the cops start hitting a nigga up like, "Hey, we're taking donation for the police department."
Oh my god, yo,
broke as shit.
I do them dirty, bro. You heard? I do them dirty. Cause I be like, who this? They be like, it's the fuck. I wait for that to say the whole thing, the whole line that they're supposed to say, and be like, fuck you, and hang up.
Right, man. Fuck you.
Historic election day, but the work is just beginning in Philadelphia.
What are you gonna do? Lock me up?
Will take over in January as the city's 100th mayor. I'm Sheba Russell.
I'm Jason Martinez, and she'll come into the job tasked largely with stemming a rising crime rate. And Jeff, the people of Philadelphia will be looking for Parker to address key issues from the get-go.
My man look like Mr. Rogers.
About it, and crime certainly is at the top of the list. Jason, we actually met a Parker supporter today who spoke directly from the candidates' talking points on crime. This Parker supporter called for stop and frisk. On a crisp post-election morning in Manayunk, Sherelle Parker's victory and its impact on crime was front of mind. Stephanie Jones owns a small business.
We need to hire more police. I personally think we need to stop and frisk again because I think it's too many guns on the street.
It's funny. We actually beg for this shit. You hear her ask?
No, you know what's funny?
Remember I mentioned Frank Rizzo? Frank Rizzo put 100,000 more cops on the street because of shit like this.
Yo, you know what the funny thing is? That she look like a smoker that's gonna get caught up in the motherfuckers.
Oh, she gets busted. She own the business, but she selling shit. She own a bodega.
Look at her lips, they cracked.
Look at her eyes, the bags under the eyes from no sleep, no
makeup. She been having some long nights out here. That's what it is.
Mm-hmm.
But my thing is, they doing this shit in Manayunk. They showing news about Manayunk. Come on, man.
Because of the whole, you know how everything is, it's all fucked up. But it says Stephanie Jones, Germantown, so that's my neighborhood.
Yeah, but at the bottom of it said Manayunk when it was before it got to there and shit.
Yeah, well, that's probably their focus. But if they only stop and frisk in Manayunk, I think it's okay because of the meth fentanyl shit. But if they're gonna stop and frisk in the whole city and they start just grabbing niggas for no reason,
man, listen, that fentanyl shit everywhere, bro.
If frisk white people, I agree.
But fentanyl, man, that's fentanyl shit everywhere, bro.
Yeah. It's out here too. It's the new. Oh my god, it's the new heroin, basically. All right, let's see what else they talking about.
Leaned into battling crime in her winning campaign for mayor. She spoke of police using a legal form of stop and frisk, and amid her election night celebration, issued a warning.
You won't be able to go in the store and steal 490.
I was in the same girl.
No, yeah, that's her. That's your mayor.
I smashed.
So I got a question. Is anybody Volo? Do you see the screen?
Yeah, I'm saying it.
Do you see the 80-year-old flagger on the screen?
Yeah,
with the different color sweater.
What the fuck is that about with that bitch?
She's
doomed. Like 117.
No, listen, that sweater belonged to one of the guys in the back. She probably had the wrong shirt on. They gave her that joint up. Put that over your shit.
Probably that nigga with the gray suit. He got them I do booty shit lips.
No, it's the bull with the. They only see his head. See him right behind her and over her shoulder.
Wait, the nigga with the beard?
Yeah, that's his shirt.
That's why he looking over there like, I hope that bitch don't mess up my shirt.
No, make sure she don't run away with my shit.
Right, yo, hey, no reason a 90-year-old. Wait, is that a 90-year-old woman?
I can't tell, bro. My screen's too small.
Nigga, she look like she got a good crossover. Let me hit play.
$99 worth of merchandise and just think that it's okay. We have to have a sense of order.
Parker needs a top cop.
Yeah, like she really don't have control over that shit that happens.
Oh yeah, there's no police commissioner right now.
Yeah, he look like a donut.
Maybe Volo should run for police commissioner.
I did vote for myself to be the school district leader or whatever.
Oh, the head of the school district?
Yeah.
Yeah, I bet that worked out nice.
I know somebody working there if you need help with that.
Well, I'm trying to be the the head.
You know what
I got
you.
I actually know somebody that work on the board. Actually,
help him with his school.
Huh?
You should get with Dr. Umar and help him with his school.
Not Umar. I'd rather mess with King Randall.
He's not in your state. He's in Texas.
All right, and neither is Umar. Umar's in Delaware or something.
Oh, Delaware's too far.
Yeah, I don't mess with Umar like that. You know, Suki might be over there or something.
Well, there you go, Black Unity.
Nah, I can't. Nah.
Sure.
Birds are stupid.
Positive for our future. Let's hear the rest of this video with the mayor.
District's chief of safety, Kevin Bethel, says he'll wait to see what happens now.
I'm about to put some chicken on you niggas.
Commissioner or one who knows the city?
Damn, she ugly.
You need a little bit of both.
In Chinatown, signs opposing the Sixers' proposed new arena are plastered on walls. Parker enjoyed the strong support of labor in a top.
Whoa. So they want to build the new arena down by the convention center and all that?
Chinatown.
Dog. That's like on some LA shit. So you know how the Clippers is building an arena down in South LA? Like, you know how all the Philly arenas are in South Philly. So the Forum that the Lakers played in is also in the South Philly version of LA. But the Staples Center, which is the crypto, which is down the street from me, like 10, 15 blocks. I live in downtown LA. So that's the equivalent of Chinatown. Hey, I live in Koreatown. You get what I'm saying? So basically, I'm going to tell you, yo, shit going to be popping around there. Chinks won't like it, but it'll be good for business. But they don't want the cost of living to go up. That's why they don't want it there. We need to get that shit moved around area.
Nah, fuck that. We need to get that shit on area somewhere.
Even yeah, somewhere. But you know, but I don't know. People gonna be getting robbed on the way home, Mr. BAS.
Man, niggas gonna get robbed down Center City.
Good point. You went.
And then niggas getting robbed down South Philly too. So it's like wherever they go in Philly, they gonna get robbed.
So at least only some of the people can get robbed.
Right.
But
yeah, that the stadium you're talking about, they want it for like 2032 or 33 or some shit like that. They already got that shit like planned out and all that shit.
Okay. Let's see what else this bitch talking about.
Top official joined her on stage last night. Labor unions and the city's black clergy want the arena built. Parker says she needs to know more.
76 place.
She don't want to know what's more. She wants to know how much they're gonna put in her pocket just to get that shit built.
Well, it's all dick rubbing in politics. That's what sucks about politics. But she ain't.
I ain't gonna lie. She like she could be doing some scheming shit. I ain't gonna lie.
She about to wild the fuck out. Controversy in 2 years.
She like she one of them characters off of Power.
Yeah, she like Method Man's wife and shit.
Yeah, like some political bitch on there and shit.
Hey, BS, I thought you started off with your smash.
Huh?
I thought you started off with I'll smash.
Yeah, I'll definitely smash.
That's not the point. Smashing is irrelevant. We'll fuck anything. So that's not a good point.
Decision. Arena opponents
Call it like I see it, you know what I mean?
on 30,000 doors and made 100,000 calls to elect new members to city council who see things as they do.
We said no arena in Chinatown. We told voters that the arena was on the ballot this election, and we told them who to vote for, and they responded overwhelmingly.
That arena
Oh
is
man, so
likely to
Chinatown
come up,
fucked
the
that, huh?
proposal and approval of it early in Parker's term.
Oh, when
And we
the
get
Chinks
underway
say no,
tomorrow morning
it's a no.
as the mayor-elect
Yeah, where they gonna put all the fucking wishy-washes at?
New York City Hall on the Parkway. Jeff Cole, Fox 29.
All right, so there we go. So we got the new mayor. She's tough on crime and shoving the stadium down the chink's stomach. But one thing I know about Asians, if they can get the Asian hate bill in 13 minutes over one nigga getting in a fight in New York, they can get a stadium shut down.
I'm pretty sure there is.
Yep.
But you also got to remember, if they do the stadium right there where they're talking about, you got the police headquarters right there. You got one of them other, another district right there too. So there's a reason why they're doing that shit. You feel me? Then you got the highway right there, the crossover in the middle right there. You know what I
Great
mean?
location. I mean, you got to think we had the convention center there. We used to have the mall there. It's downtown.
Then you got the bridge.
Shopping, tons of businesses. You got the Reading terminal shit right
Yep.
there. You know what I mean?
A New Jersey line, whatever this shit called.
Oh my God, dude! It's a financial boom. I don't know why, but the Chinks know that what's going to happen is the property value is going to go up, and everybody that's been paying good prices is going to be priced out, and that's what they don't.
Right.
What about
They
the
don't
Flyers?
do, like throughout area, basically.
Well, I'm hearing this for the Sixers. What about the Flyers?
The Flyers? Let's check it
Yeah.
out. Let's just go with the Flyers.
Oh, I don't know. I think the Flyers are going to play there too.
Or they're not going to stay at the where they at now, the Wells Fargo. What is the name of this one they at now? Fargo?
I don't know. I think they're shutting that shit down completely. You know, they trying to stay new.
That's still a new building though.
Man, you know how these motherfuckers trying to compete in other cities and shit. Look how many fucking stadiums they got over there in California, all in one fucking area. The Lakers got their stadium. The Clippers about to have another one. Golden State got a fucking stadium. You know, Philly trying to stay relevant.
Yeah, well, you got to understand a new stadium is kind of due, you know, because it was the Spectrum, then it was the Wells Fargo, whatever it was, center. Let's see here.
I mean, I'm pretty sure the Flyers will probably stay over there because that way they'll have the building to themselves, probably.
Yeah, sure. Even when you Google 76 new stadium, it barely comes up. Let's see here. China. Yeah, they barely even talk about it. But yeah, I mean,
I know I heard about it. It was on a news article I had read not too long ago. I read a little bit about it and shit. I mean, they wasn't for sure if they were going to do it, but that's what they were trying to, like, if they were going to do it, it was going to come out like in the early 2030s and shit.
Oh, okay, so it's down the road away there.
Yeah, and they were like, you know, they were trying to say, like, you know, trying to hype it up so that way people could be like, oh, there's going to be more jobs and all that shit. Try to give it good publicity and shit.
Yeah. Yeah. So they do play at the Wells Fargo Center, the Flyers, the Sixers. But I think the new building is actually called like 76ers Lane or some shit.
Well, I don't know.
Yeah, this I think part of the issue is that this it's the Flyers building that the Sixers rent out or whatever kind of thing. That Snyder was the owner or is the owner still, or his family is still the ownership. And the Sixers feel as though I guess they're the more popular team. You know, it's the NBA, so they should be the owner of their own stadium. Yada yada.
Yeah.
So.
Well, my thing is they got plenty of space down there to make another stadium. I know that.
They always got space outside Philly to make room. Ain't shit down there.
Well, they built up around there. It's like a little mini mall now.
Oh, really?
You know, yeah, between all the three stadiums and stuff, they got their own like little mini mall and everything.
Oh, so they got like now because before it was nothing around the stadiums but like a skate park under a bridge, that park across.
They had the
streets.
The only thing that was down there for a while was the restaurant depot for all the restaurants, which is right down the street, and then they had the wholesale seafood place. Oh, what was this shit called, man? Samuelson, I think it's called, and it's still there. I think that's the only thing that was down there for a long time. You feel me?
But now they done built it up, so it's kind of popping now.
And then you had of course, you had all the trains and all that shit, the railway down there and shit. But that's about it.
Okay, well, there it is. Well, shout out to that. Also, anybody watching, please like if you are watching. And what else we got is we got the Sixers. So the Eagles won, beat the fucking Cowboys.
Hold on. We're not going to hold on. I didn't get your reaction about James Harden going to your team, the Clippers.
I just want to say now I'm gonna have to separate myself as a Philadelphia Sixers fan before I say these next words, right?
Well, yeah, I already knew you was gonna do it that way anyway.
But I'm gonna speak as a Clipper fan. This is payback for Andrew Bynum. Fuck you,
for Andrew Bynum.
Yeah, because the Lakers sent Andrew Bynum for like all kind of shit, and the nigga had knees as good as mine. It was out bowling. This James Harden shit, fucking 2-3 first round draft picks with options. Nicholas Batum, Marquise Morris. They sent like 8 Philly niggas back home. Covington. They sent like 8 Philly niggas back home. I think one of the Morris niggas went there too. He back home fucking the bitch right now in North Philly. And when
they said all the motherfuckers, listen, they said all the motherfuckers that passed their prime. Let's put it that way.
The dog. We need them off the bench. Marquise Morris is Rasheed Wallace in Detroit. Nicholas Batum is Andre Iguodala and Jeff Green. You know those names. That's who he is.
Yeah.
Covington, he was actually at one point the best player on our team. So do you know there's a love for him? So everybody there wants to be there and doesn't care about all that dribble shit. And they're balling. And that's why Maxey is dropping 30 and Embiid is looking good. And Kelly Oubre is down there about to be starting and that nigga some fucking all the hoes in Puerto Rico because he look half Puerto Rican. And it's going down. So shout out to that.
But do you think he's gonna be good for you? That's the question.
No, I looked at him on the court the other night. He has a round stomach, like he's fat.
Y'all already lost 2 games with him already, bro.
Cause he trash, nigga. He's a selfish. It's the one-on-one shit I talked about.
You know what I saw in the newspaper the other day when I was walking from the smoke shop and shit? I think it was the front page. It was no Harden, no problems.
No Harden, no problems. It's the best. And we got such a great deal. Because at first you thought we was going to get robbed. Because he was, and then this nigga Daryl Morey he robbed the shit out of the Clippers, yo. And the Clippers think they won. I'm like, no.
No, he won. I'm gonna be with you. The one that won was James Harden. He came up over 30 million.
And he's from
$30 million. Huh?
He's from here. He's from LA.
Yeah, but when he opted in with the 30 million and shit, that shit kind of fucked us up right there a little bit.
Look, you gotta make sacrifices. Do you want to win or do you want to have money?
No, how about we get him the fuck out of here and it's your problem now? How about that one?
Well, you know what it was? We should have told that nigga to not take the extension and just go to free agency because we knew he was going to not really fuck with him. So right. We get him out of there clean. And at the same time,
you know I've been watching lately. It's looking all right. The young boy Wembanyama.
Wembanyama is looking like he's exactly what he's still young, so he has a little bit of trouble.
He got a long way to go, but this is
he's 19 years old. He can't even buy liquor yet, my nigga.
Yo, he leading the league in box already, bro. I was watching the game the other day. He was blocking the shit out of everybody's shit. I was like, damn. Can't nobody throw over.
Dunks.
Even fucking Kevin Durant was having trouble throwing a shot over him and shit.
The Phoenix game, he bust their ass. Game, he bust their ass. They had to come back win against them niggas. Yeah, once he pick up like 10, 15 pounds, get some muscle, get his confidence right, I would say that the Spurs are going to be back to that contending every year shit in like 3 years.
Yeah, all they need is like 1 or 2 more pieces and shit, they'd be good.
I wouldn't even say that. If you look at their team, they got like 9 Wembenyamas. That guy Vassell is shooting all the threes. He's a guard Wembenyama. One of the guys is like the top scorer in history from like Penn State or something. One of their 2 guards. They got niggas that can score, but they're all 21, 19. It's a team full.
Yeah, the youngest team in the league. You heard?
Huh?
Matter of fact, I was watching. They were talking to they were interviewing Greg Popovich and shit. He was saying like, he's like, everybody was like, they were like, you know, how is it coaching the youngest team in the NBA and shit? He was like, it's a learning experience. He was basically saying, you feel me?
Yeah, and then they got the guy that looks like Dennis Rodman. He's like the oldest nigga on the team, and he's like 24. So you get him a couple of years playing together, keep that same group together. Wembanyama pick up some weight. You know what I mean? He gets his confidence. And you got to remember, the other young guys, they think, oh, this nigga only good because he's tall. Like, I used to have that problem playing basketball.
No, man, he crossing people over and everything.
Dog, I had this problem myself because, you know, I'm 6'4", right? So a lot of people, when I used to be very athletic, they thought I was only good at basketball because I could jump high and I was 6'4". Not because I could dribble good, not because I had a good jump shot, not because I was a good passer, not because I blocked shots and rebounded and played great defense, not because of any of that. It was only because I was tall. So that's young people like to devalue you and say, well, if I was 7'5" like him, I'd be that good. No, you wouldn't, because your knees would hurt, bitch, and you probably couldn't walk. You get what I'm saying? They don't get that part. They don't get how difficult it is. Once niggas know you can dunk, in Philly, once a nigga thinks you can dunk, you know that the entire playground's whole goal is to not let you dunk. Like, they will grab you out of the air, nigga. Like, you'll be out, nigga will grab you out of the air like, nah, chill.
And he got a nice little backup. And he got a little step away, like nice little shot too.
He's 7'4" Kevin Durant. Nigga got game. If he pick up some weight and put on some muscle like Giannis, it's over.
Mm-hmm.
Over. He picks up 25 pounds of muscle. Over. Right now, he a bony young boy and shit. And he foreign, so he got like self-respect and dignity.
I'm a real dude though. He going out right under the perfect coach, bro. Cause Popovich gonna know how to use him, bro.
Dude, I bet you they got Tim Duncan and David Robinson talking to him.
Yeah, he's the assistant coach, I think. Tim Duncan, I think, is the assistant coach and shit.
He got the perfect situation going. Perfect situation. And ironically, the creator of load management is his coach. So he'll fix the help.
Oh, Popovich, yeah. He started all that dumb shit.
Yep, he started that shit with Tim Duncan and all them and skipping games but hey, nigga figured it out. He was the inventor of the hacker shack, remember? He's like, well, hey, it's in the rules. I can have that.
Give me 1 second, bro.
Yeah, knock yourself out. Hello, what's going on with you, criminal?
Shit, almost did.
Sitting here, going through my Turner prices. I'm time traveling right now.
Talk to me about it. What's going on with that?
Well, you know, it's every day I'm supposed to check the Turner prices and doing this other thing. I've been slacking on that, so I'm kind of going back in time and checking Tuesday's prices and yesterday's prices, and I'll probably try to sell them tomorrow. You know what I mean? Doing my stock market stuff.
What you selling again?
On it's a video game on my Animal Crossing video game.
Well, give him an overall, an update. How's it going? What's the give him
I thought he was pushing bricks.
Report.
Mr. C, I thought y'all were talking about weight.
Kinda, but not really.
Well, so far this week, I missed the highest price. Tuesday, It was 132 bells in the afternoon. Right now I'm looking at 74 bells, but I'm using last night's. I'm at last night's price. And then, right now it's Thursday in Philadelphia, so I ain't gonna travel forward in time. I'll check that out later, But yeah, I'm just getting the prices, collecting all the data. I've done it for over a month now, checking every price on every day. I have been able to sell sometimes for 500 plus online. But normally they usually sell for 100. I buy for 100 and then try to sell them at the max price. I missed 1 week, so I might have only made like $20 per bell 1 week, and then another week I messed up time traveling. If you mess up time traveling, all your turnips go rotten. So I took a major loss that week. 400,000. I lost in cash or whatever, or bells, should I say? Typical work. Now I have been traveling. I've been traveling to other people's islands too, because what you can do is once you finish your island, you can put a demonstration of your island online, so everybody can just visit it anytime they want. And so I've been just traveling to different islands and seeing what the amazing things that people can do to build their own islands. And because my goal is to buy the game for my system and build my own island, because all by my on my Nintendo Switch.
So wait, so you have to have the physical game to have an island?
Yeah, I could have. We didn't get the physical copy of the game. When I got this game, we downloaded it directly to his system. But the way Nintendo got it set up is, if you want it on multiple systems, you got to download the game to each system, unless you had the cartridge. Now, if I had but if you only have one cartridge, we can't visit each other's islands. So you're kind of stuck, having to get multiple cartridges anyway. If I wanted to, go being, back and forth between my island and his island.
Yeah, almost like they got an ID number. Yeah.
Yeah. So they know how to play the game.
Yo, listen, guys, I gotta let y'all go, man. I'm gonna see y'all next week.
Well, final words.
You already know these bitches ain't shit. Everybody stay safe. Don't be carrying that on y'all, because y'all will get stopped and frisked.
Frisked. Hell yeah! Shout out to the killer.
I will. I got y'all.
Hell yeah! Peace, guys. All right. Excellent. So, Volo, what else is going on with the gaming report? Volo speaks video games and so forth and so on.
Yeah, so that's Animal Crossing. Some of the things that I'm doing. That's probably the next game that I want to get. I'm trying to wait for it to go on sale on Black Friday. That way I can get it for $40 or whatever cheap price they put it for. But they already kind of released their Black Friday sale games, and it wasn't listed. So it's like Nintendo's on some definitely keep the price at $60, $50, $60. Like I did see it for $50 at Walmart. Walmart has been discounting their physical games. So I can get it for $50 at Walmart, I think, still. But I'm trying to pay like $30, $40 for it. You know what I mean? I have seen it for that price before. But they'll go on sale for a couple of days, and then it ain't on sale no more. You gotta, Nintendo's definitely on some next level stuff right now. It ain't like how it used to be back in our day when the new system came out and they dropped the price and everything.
Everything else dropped, yeah.
Yeah. Now to get the older system, the Nintendo 3DS, it's costing upwards of $300 for a used system. And I think they want to do the same thing with the Switch.
Yeah, I noticed that with this PS4 shit. So I'll go to get like old PS4 games, but they still make like Madden 2024 for PS5 and PS4, right? It'd be like $65. I'm like, dog, it's for the PS4. Like,
yeah, I looked at the PS4 system. I was like, maybe I'll get a PS4 instead, but they still want $300 for that.
$250, $260, easy, right?
Or for a used one, probably.
Mm-hmm.
Like Nah, I'm used to $100.
$150. Like I want that Christmas price. Like, okay, it was $300. So next year when the new shit come out, my shit gonna be $100. $99.99.
Yeah.
No, that's over. These niggas like, yeah. It was $300 last year. It's $299.99 this year.
Yeah, and it's kind of weird because it's like, are you they using like the collectible kind of status, I guess, for it because it's supposed to be rare, but you talking about the third largest selling. Well, the PS4 might be third or fourth all time. Like, there's so many out there. The same with the PS2. Like, at least you can still find a used PS2 for $60, $50 or whatever. Because there's so many of them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That was made that like that's the number one selling console of all time. So, whereas like a GameCube might set you back because they wasn't as popular, and I do have a Wii U, but the Wii U hasn't. I don't wonder how much I can get for my Wii U because mine is still in mint condition. But it didn't sell that well, but it is a very popular system, like because that's basically what the Switch is that, hey, we messed up with this aspect, and because I can't take the controller anywhere I want to, but most of the popular games on the Switch is what was popular on the Wii U. The Mario Kart 8 is what I want to play all the time, but the boy want me to play Sonic the Hedgehog Colors. I was playing that today. He had me playing Kirby yesterday.
Wait, stop.
Yeah.
What was the name of that game?
Sonic Colors.
Why don't they call it Sonic Flaggers? All right, continue.
It's real suspect too. Yeah, it is real suspect.
All right, continue.
I'm doing my research on all that.
I just picked up on that. That's all I'm saying. Continue. I ain't say nothing. I ain't say shit.
They definitely got it on the side tip. But then the other game is what other game he had me playing? The new Mario game, Mario Wonder. Even that's got a lot of suspect things going on.
How's that Mario Wonder game?
It's cool game, but you do these flowers, and once you take these flowers, they get real psychedelic, like you taking some real good shrooms,
Did we ever watch a trailer for that?
We might have.
I don't think so. I don't remember watching a trailer for that.
Yeah, he got that and the new Sonic. What's this new Sonic game? Sonic Colors ain't even the new game. Sonic Colors is kind of old. That's the first 3D game. Oh no, he said I have to start playing Sonic 3. It's not the first Sonic 3D game, but it's my first Sonic the Hedgehog 3D game. So I'm demoing it for him, and he's just laughing at me and then snatching the controller when I can't get to the hard parts, kind of a thing. So that's pretty much our stream right now.
Nice. So you got Super Mario Bros. Wonder. What was the Sonic game?
We watched the demo of the Sonic game. Sonic. I keep forgetting the name of that damn game. Sonic Friends or something like that. What's the name of that game?
I think we did the Sonic Friends review.
Hold on, I come out. Yeah, we did it. He ain't even played it in a while. Sonic Superstars.
Sonic Superstars. Did we do a trailer of that yet?
Yeah, we did the Sonic Superstar trailer.
All right. But I don't think we did the Super Mario Bros. Wonder trailer yet.
Yeah, maybe not.
All right, so let's check this out. Let's do this trailer. Check it out. See what this what Bolo's bitching about over here. We play Super Mario Brothers Wonder. I want to bitch about it. All right, Bolo. Calm down, buddy.
I know.
Nah, I'm just saying.
And then he had me playing Kirby, the Forgotten Land.
Kirby, the Forgotten Lands? Oh,
yeah.
How is that?
It's all right, but it's, pink ass Kirby.
So it's racist. Is Kirby a flagger?
Nah, he's actually a demon. Well, he might be a demon, though. He's definitely a demon.
Well, he eats anything, right? Like Yoshi, so he's clearly from hell. Anybody that's watching, like, in around, shout out to IGN. What is it called? The something game network international? What is it called?
Yeah, something like that. I don't even know. Somebody shared IGN earlier with me.
I know GN is Game Network.
Okay.
It must be International Game Network. IGN.com, blah, 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 blah. I think it has to be International Game Network. That's the only thing that makes sense. Because IGN was around before the internet, from what I remember. So anyway, let's get this cranking. Let's check it out. Elephant.
Thank you.
All right, stop. Pause. Pause. What is this elephant shit logo?
Like I said, the game is bugged out, yo.
Wait, so does the elephant get blowjobs? Like, what's going on here, man?
Well, you get a little bit of you can hold a little bit of water, and you can throw water on the plants, flowers. It might do something special, and you got extra weight when you put an elephant, and he has a whole lot of different new abilities that's kind of dope.
Okay.
It's a very unique game, but you see they're about to go into Wonderland or whatever, and it gets real psychedelic. Like, what I mean, you smoke a good doobie and play this game, you be tripping. I know you will be tripping out.
Oh shit! Hold on. Okay. Well, all right. Well, give me 15 seconds before I hit play again, because I want to get ready for this next part. 1 second, guys. Let me turn up the music for this segment. Listen to music for a second, niggas. Listen to music, niggas. I gotta get ready for the next segment.
But a lot of people are giving this a 10 out of. I mean, this is a good Mario. This is a throwback to what Mario, two-dimensional Mario, is about. It's a real cool game. It do bugs you out. You get all new kind of abilities and different kind of goals and stuff. I mean, I am kind of old school. I'm used to just getting 120 stars or whatever. So he's enjoying it. I really didn't get into the Super Mario Bros. The new Super Mario Bros. Games. But this might have me go back and actually check them out, because there is some new moves that I like. I played a little bit of it. There's like a jump and then hang in the air when you twirl kind of a thing. Like I'm still learning those new kind of moves that you have, but I'm also playing. I've been playing what's the name a lot more than this. Anyways, Mario Maker. So
Mario Maker. Oh.
Yeah. I've been playing that to try to just make my own Mario.
What is that?
Catch up. That's a good game. They got two of them.
We'll check it out after this.
Okay.
All right, let's look at the rest of this. I am now ready to see the rest of this video. Woo! Yes, I am ready. All right, give me a second, guys. All right, I'm ready. All right, give me a second, guys. All right, I'm ready. Whoa! Bro, what was that tall nigga shit?
Oh no, I ain't get to that part. That's what I said. The game is bugged out, yo.
Hold on, I gotta read. What the fuck was that? What the fuck is this racist shit? Do you see this picking it? What is this racist shit? What the fuck is this?
This joint is yo. It's the imagination going wild, yo.
I don't trust this game. No, I don't like this.
I chose Wix for my business because of its massive.
Well, what's that other game called? Super Mario something?
Oh, Super Mario Maker? Yeah, that's old. That's where you can make your own little Mario game. Super Mario Maker. There's 1 and 2. One is for the Wii U, and then 2 was for the Switch. So I got both games. They're pretty cool. You make your own little Mario games. You can make a whole game on the
So which trailer should we watch? Part 1 or 2?
Part 2.
Part 2. Okay.
Part 1 is rarer now.
One here. Oh, it's from Nintendo America.
And the servers aren't even up, so you might have to turn the volume down. They might hit you for that.
No, Nintendo don't give a fuck.
It's fair use. Yeah, maybe not. It's free advertising, right?
Yeah, it's free advertising. What the fuck these niggas, man?
And I'm still looking for my headphones. I have them right here somewhere.
Some niggas say.
But no, because I was thinking when BS first came on, he said he couldn't hear me, so I turned my volume up. And when he first comes on, it's cool. But then after a little while, it seems like after a good 20 minutes or so, I start hearing some kind of muffle from his phone. So it's something how the system is trying to figure it out or whatever with linking up our sounds.
Yeah.
So, but I found my headphones. They're around here somewhere.
All right. Let's check this trailer out here.
In Super Mario Maker 2, you can create the Super Mario courses of your dreams. And play courses created by other people from around the globe. In other words, you can basically have new Super Mario courses to enjoy every day. Now, let's jump right into the basics.
Super Mario Maker 2!
Lay some groundwork. Pick from iconic enemies and objects, like blocks, coins, Goombas, and place them anywhere you like. You decide what goes inside blocks.
So, Volo, do you have a completed board yet?
No, I'm playing through the game first.
So they have a preset version of the game in the Mario Maker?
Yeah, as you play the game, it kind of teaches you how to make your own boards, and they'll the first one, do you have to kind of play it in order to get all the assets? The second one, it seems like it gives you
add everything.
Yeah. The
So
second
beat it
one
first, then you can do your shit.
Yeah.
Okay, I dig that. Let's see what they got.
And where warp pipes should take Mario next. And that's just the tip of the goal pole.
Wait. Have you not done any of this yet?
Yeah, I've done some of it. It's time consuming, but I haven't.
Go ahead.
Yeah, it's very time consuming. You can, on the second one, you can build a whole game. On the first one, you only can do like a levels. Like the levels are individual. On this one, you can build all the levels, all the worlds, and everything on it, kind of a thing. You can make Super Mario World. You can make that.
Can you change the skins of Mario?
Yeah, you can make them into Link, Zelda, Sonic the Hedgehog.
Anything you want.
Yeah, he still plays like Mario, but he'll have the skin of somebody else.
I've been seeing them things on the internet. It'll be like Street Fighter playing Mario, shit like that. Okay.
Yeah.
Dope.
You can hide enemies, stack them up high, and biggin them with a super mushroom, hide coins in pipes, and so much more. By combining a variety of parts, you can do some incredible things, stuff that isn't even possible in regular Super Mario games. Taking a course you're working on for a test drive is a snap, allowing for rapid-fire experimentation. You can change the course theme, whether it's underground, underwater, castle, your choice. Even the game style itself can be altered with options like Super Mario Brothers, Super Mario Brothers 3, and Super Mario World.
Oh.
The Super Mario 3D World game style is finally available. You can't mention Super Mario 3D World without Cat Mario. Climbing walls.
Talk to me, Volo. You get the 3D access? You got that part too?
Yeah, I got access to that too.
Nice.
And you can make each world different.
Pouncing with all these.
Go ahead.
So you can start off with Super Mario 1, then go to Super Mario 3, then go to Super Mario, and all the way up to this one, Super Mario World.
Do you have to play the game to get to it, or you can just do it randomly?
You can, when you create your own worlds, you can, you can make each board different.
They give the option. Okay.
The courses you create will instantly stand apart from courses made in the other game styles. These clear pipes can be placed in any shape you like. Be careful though, enemies will make use of them as well. The exclamation mark block extends when hit. Ground pound to expand it faster. The Piranha Creeper will extend wherever you draw. The Bonsai Bill from Super Mario 3D World can actually fly toward the screen. Take this sweet ride for a spin to really tear through the course. Just try not to crash it. Drive safely now.
Question: is there any kind of safety valves where, like, you make some shit and they'll be like, "Yo, this is too hard. You can't do it."
And you can make it, but you can't post it online unless you can demonstrate that you can complete the board.
Complete it. So you can make it, and unless you can actually do it, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Okay.
But some of them are ridiculously hard.
Huh?
Some of them, a lot of people post online. There's some you like, wasting my time.
Well, because you think it is when you make it, you know exactly where everything goes.
Yeah.
So it's easy to probably beat it, but if it's like if you don't make it, you have no idea. So it can be, if someone makes a good board, it can be hard. Yeah, I can picture that.
In story mode, Mario sets out to help rebuild Princess Peach's castle. And to do so, he'll face an entire game's worth of courses in search of coins. If Mario can clear the course, he'll earn coins as a reward. Hey, rebuilding a castle ain't cheap. There are more than 100 original courses crafted by Nintendo in story mode. You'll see many examples of expert course design. As the castle's reconstruction progresses, Mario will be able to reach more areas in and around the construction site. The characters you meet in these new areas may even offer up additional jobs. Tap this icon here and day becomes night. In the ground theme, Goombas will float. The underground will turn upside down. In a ghost house, the lights will dim. And in the sky, gravity itself will be reduced. And the forest's usually pleasant waters will be as poisonous as they come. Rumor has it that some items will even transform into something else come nightfall. Course World is an online hub where players from around the world can share their carefully crafted courses. Browse by popular courses, or new courses, or run a search to find what you're looking for. Test your skill.
So, Volley, you tried other people's courses? Oh, I think we lost him.
I played the online one. Yeah, that's where the real challenge is. You can just go and play infinite number of, people courses that people created.
Have you beat any of them?
Oh yeah, they'll some of them, a lot of them are just one levels, but as far as
how many people did a lot of people make a full game or no?
It's been a while since I really played this game, so.
So, question with this full game thing, do you pick like the bosses?
It's Bowser most of the time, but they got the different ones on there. His whole Inklings and people like that. But you can you can technically make anybody a boss. Like if you give them that what's the name thing, you can
even the little mushroom.
Yeah, you give them a little mushroom, make them extra big. You can give them extra hit points and stuff like that. Harder to kill.
Okay, I dig it.
By trying to clear as many.
Can you give multiple bosses?
Yep.
Dope.
Courses as possible before you get a game over. Select a difficulty, and courses will be queued up at random from the full collection available on Course World. And you might earn a top spot on the leaderboards. In multiplayer versus mode, up to 4 players face off in a side-scrolling showdown. Each player will be assigned a different character. Then they'll race each other in a randomly selected course. The player who clears the course first wins. Depending on your win-loss ratio, your versus rating will change. During multiplayer, there are strategies to consider that would never come up during solo play. If up to 4 players are hanging out together and each has a Nintendo Switch system and the Super Mario...
Have you played this portion yet with the competition?
Nah.
Okay, you're scared.
But we only have one. We only have one game, so
sounds like racism to me.
Maker 2 game, one can set up a virtual room for the others to join via nearby play. New parts, new challenges, new modes, and lots of new ways to have fun. Super Mario Maker 2.
Oh, that's dope. That's dope. Anything else, Volo, with the video game world?
no, that's everything. I mean, it's there's a million games out here, man. We having fun playing them,
Nice. So what's going on with the SAT words?
Oh, yeah, where you at? Here we go. Ziggy, what's the word of the day?
Today's SAT prep word of the day is comprehensive. It means covered widely or understood fully. It's spelled COMPREHENSIVE. Here's how you use comprehensive in a sentence. The final exam will be comprehensive, covering everything we've learned this school year. If you're enjoying your SAT word of the day, check out our Spanish word of the day skill. Just ask Alexa to open Spanish word of the day to start learning.
You get that?
Nice. So comprehensive, 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 and that means when something is all encompassing and it brings everything together as they explain it to you. So I will use it in a sentence. When I was young, I had to learn that in order to keep a girlfriend, I had to be comprehensive when beating up that pussy. Comprehensive. Good one. What is the Spanish? Oh, no. What is it? Spanish. I don't want to hear that racist bitch so loud. What is the Spanish word of the day, Bolo?
Okay, Ziggy, enable Spanish word of the day. Ziggy, what's the Spanish word of the day?
Today's Spanish word of the day is sand. To say sand in Spanish, say arena. Here it is again. Arena. Here's how to use it in a sentence. To say, I want to go to the black sand beaches, say quiero ir a las playas de arena negra. Let's listen to that one more time. Quiero ir a las playas de arena negra. If you're enjoying your Spanish word of the day,
Ziggy,
check out.
Stop.
So the Spanish word of the day is arena, which means sand. Now, in English, that's the word arena. Interesting. Now, I found it very interesting that the sentence that goes with the word of the day called me a Negro.
It's a Negra.
So now I'm a bitch. So I'm not only a nigga, I'm a bitch nigga. Okay. So that's what negra means. You bitch nigga. You're not only a nigga, you're a bitch. Actually, that's wrong. Negro means black and a is feminine. But if you're from Philly, you take that as an insult. It's like, did you just call me a bitch ass nigga?
Well, I'm trying to learn the language, and I find, there's guys named Negro, but there's no women named Negra. It doesn't do the same as Blanco and Blanca.
That's racist. Obviously, that's racist. Oh my god.
We got to do these when BAS is still on.
Right? We need somebody to clear this shit up. So anyway, what was the word of the day in Spanish? Oh yeah, arena, which means sand, which I did not know that. So I'm gonna use it in a sentence. Yo vamos a la playa de Los Ángeles to mira arena de las negras. Oh no, de las blancas. Because we have white sands here. We don't have nigger sands here. We have white sand. P.S. Arenas de las negras has needles and crack in it. I just want to say that. All right, good. Great. What is the slang word of the... I've already been insulted. You know, I don't know how much racism I I mean, you do it, I'm sure, just because that fucking bitch already. Allegedly. I'm just joking, you two. What is the slang word of the day so I can be insulted by another racist?
Yeah, it might be Joe Biden saying boy, right?
Well, no. You know what Joe Biden's going to say? Let me tell you something. If you don't know if you're black and you want to decide if you want to vote for me or Trump, that's how you knew black.
Mm-hmm. Ziggy, enable. Oh, fuck! I forgot what it is.
Which skill do you want to enable?
What are we doing? Oh, slang word of the day.
Today's slang word of the day is jangry. It means being angry because you're jealous of something. Here's how you use jangry in a sentence. I'm totally jangry that Lisa's parents got her a new car. If you're enjoying your slang word of the day...
Ziggy, stop. You're done for the night.
Wait, what did she say?
Jangry.
Who?
Jangry.
Who?
Jangry. That means you're jealous of somebody.
Jingry?
Jingry, yeah. Like angry with a J, with an I, J-I.
So you're jealous, angry.
Yeah.
Jingry.
Yeah.
I don't think the amount of bigotry, racism, and white supremacy in that term could express how much I want to eat a person right now. Jingry, nigga? Like hangry. But jingry. Oh, you're jingry. If a bitch ever said, I swear to God, you know, I've never committed a serious crime. I hate jail. Butt sex is the worst, from what I understand, right? But if a bitch calls me jingry, I will test out the butt sex game because I'm going to jail. I'm going to jail. Is she like, so you jingry? What the fuck you say to me, bitch? I'm not even using that. You know what the sentence is for jingry? Jingry? What the fuck you say to me, bitch? Jail. That's my sentence.
Sounds about right.
Allegedly. Let me see. What we got here?
What's that?
I don't know. I feel stupid right now. Let me see if they got the little shit.
Yeah. Retiring Alexa.
I just want to play something right. Yeah, fuck. Alexa's a bitch and Ziggy's a hoe.
Came in an interview with influential black radio host Charlemagne the God.
But I tell you, if you have a problem figuring out whether you're for me
Oh, geez.
and you ain't black,
it don't have nothing to do with Trump. It has to do with the fact
Not that don't have nothing to do with me being black.
Let's run it back.
It has to do with the fact I want something for black. It don't have nothing to do with Trump. It has to do with God.
But I tell you, if you have a problem figuring out whether you're for me or Trump and you ain't black,
it don't have.
But I tell you, if you have a problem figuring out whether you're for me or Trump and you ain't black.
Did you notice how he paused because he couldn't remember who he was running against?
Yeah.
Let's do it again.
Charlemagne the God.
But I tell you, if you have a problem figuring out whether you're for me
or
Trump and you ain't black.
It don't have nothing to do with Trump. The God.
But I tell you, if you have a problem figuring out whether you're for me or Trump and you ain't black.
It don't have.
So, Bolo, if you're not going to vote for Joe Biden, obviously you're not black.
No.
I just wanted to make that clear to you because, I mean, you can look at me and look at my skin and tell I'm not black. So,
we're all African American now, and
no. I'm one of them FBA Indian niggas. I notice all FBA Indian niggas seem to have beards that are gray. I look at Bolo's picture, beard gray.
Yep.
I look at Kenyatta shit, beard gray. I look at the nigga that argued with Tariq Nasheed, beard gray. Key ingredient: if you got a beard and that shit is gray, you are a FBA nigga Indian.
Yep.
And we ain't never been in Africa. We was here already, and we technically just some dark ass Mexicans.
Mm-hmm.
That's all we are.
Sharp
Aztecs.
Sharp Tongue.
Aztecs.
Sharp Tongue saying we came over. He changed it up now to say we came over as immigrants.
Who?
Sharp Tongue.
Al Charlatan?
Yeah. Well,
that
what's
FBI informant traitor nigga. That nigga was like, I didn't know. I thought I was just cooperating with the police when I was recording niggas at the Black Panthers. Man, yo, dog, we should be beating this nigga. This nigga shouldn't be able to leave the house. But whatever. Al Charlatan, that's your boy, though. I'm putting him on you. I'll put that nigga on you.
Who called him Charlington? Charlatan.
David Carroll.
Oh no, I thought he called him Sharp Tongue.
No, he called him Al Charlington. He's a charlatan. He's like those Negro preachers. You like that Al Charlatan? In fact, man, where's the fucking David Carroll video right now?
Who called? I'm trying to think who now. Now I got to know who called him Sharp Tongue. Somebody called him Sharp Tongue. That's where I got it. I thought I got it from Dave.
Like SHARK tongue.
No, SHARP. Sharp, like a blade.
I'm gonna be honest with you. That sounds like a compliment.
Yeah, right.
I don't even know why you like it. It ain't true because it sounds like you're saying he's the dopest nigga ever.
Charlington.
Is that not more?
Accurate?
Let's see if there's actually a David Carroll. Al Sharp.
We might get banned playing him.
My nigga. First, let me find it. Make that spell right. Okay, so his page still exists. His page is still up.
Yeah. I still follow it.
Oh yeah, one of the homeboys actually gave me like a link to because I did a little side page because I'm on another website that was like the Black YouTube.
Uh-huh.
It's called the FSA, the Free Speech Avenger. And so I've been donating to it, but the site eventually closed. But dog, my presidential videos got like 10,000 views on that.
Oh.
But it's the only place where I get views. Everywhere else I don't. It's very interesting. Anyway, David Carroll, Al Sharpton. Spell Dave's name, right? Let's see if there's a Dave Carroll Al Sharpton video. Because Dave was a dick about this shit. He would never really put a nigga's name in some shit.
Nah.
Let me look at his videos right quick. Let me see if this one that looks.
And then in the hole, you can't share what he said in the hole.
All right, you know what? Matter of fact, just because we're randomly cutting up, I'm gonna celebrate because he's dead now, right? R.I.P. David Carroll. I'm gonna read you a bunch of titles, and I want you to pick one that sounds good. Okay.
Okay.
First video is The True Meaning of Christmas. Why you must study history. I've done that video already. Can they be all wrong? I quit. This is why. The Barack Obama syndrome. Selective outrage again, part 1. What's coming down the pipe? What if? Mercedes more death. My view. They both run the same play.
Yeah. There it is.
You remember how
I was going to say the
nuts,
history,
right?
Joe, but I was going to say the history, Joe. Why you must know history, but we like no. That's why because they keep running the same play, yo.
What's the play, Bolo?
Sweep.
Toss sweep.
Toss sweep. My bad. Oh, I got caught.
So, because see, a sweep is a quick handoff, right?
Yeah.
A toss sweep means the quarterback is going to stop and then he's going to look at somebody and throw him the ball. So what you're waiting for the toss sweep, you don't want to just dive on the guy that it looks like he's handing it off of because he's not going to hand it off. Wait. You got to wait. And then you got to hit the strafe button. He'll hold R2. And then wait for the fucking toss. And then you kill. It sounds simple, but it's actually very complex. And that comment and that discussion that day was based off of this video. So shout out to Dave. Let me give my niggas some props. RIP David Carroll. Man.
Yeah.
One of the worst real niggas ever. Nigga smoked cigars and ate himself to death. But I love the boy. He was a good dude, man. But I just wish he took. This is a problem with all the great black men out there. Kevin Samuels, these niggas eat themselves and smoke themselves to death, man. It's like death culture, man. It's like, I'm going to be here forever. I refuse to do great things and then die a week afterwards. We just started donating to him. Oh, man. Whatever. Let me give this fair use up. I don't know why I'm putting it up because that's fucked up. He's dead. But I'm giving David Carroll his respect. Fair use, David Carroll. Matter of fact, let me give a link to his page here. Because I like David Carroll. I want to promote him. Check. Oh. Big Dave. All right. So we got that. We got that in the comments. Back here, fair use. David Carroll. And let's get this going.
Before I get into the the meat of this video, here's a few things that I need to say up front that will, of course, serve as the intro to this masterpiece.
Everyone did?
Have you ever heard this video before, Volo?
I'm sure I did.
Because when I brought it up, you didn't recognize it. That's how I was like, that's how I brought it up.
Yeah.
Just a refresher. This is the core of everything. Everybody wants to complicate things and make it so complex. This is the core.
The ticking is hilarious.
Oh man, the 60 minutes metronome.
Yeah.
Beautiful. All right, back at it.
Now this is going to serve as the part 2 to the video that
anybody watching, make sure you like,
Brother Logic
or dislike, or tell us you hate us.
Put up last week, and I told him I was going to come behind him and get me a piece. Now he left me a lot of scraps. He didn't leave me much to work with. He covered pretty much everything in that video. But the scraps that he left me, I was able to put together this video. Now let me say this pertaining to this weekend's Rabbit Hole production. This week, a brother who is a staunch supporter of the Hole, he sends me an email and he asks, "Hey, brother, I got something I need you to see." And I respond back, "Send it." And he sends me I believe it was on Instagram, a clip of a Negro female, a mother, and she's having a conversation with her daughter. I mean, this shit gets weirder. You know what this is like? This is like, y'all know I'm a horror movie fanatic. Y'all know I'm a fan of American Horror Story. I have all of the seasons. There are a few that I need to get. But when you watch American Horror Story, it's like the writers, the episodes get weirder and weirder. And that's like when I seen this video footage of this mother, it's people say, okay, well, you got a video footage of a woman talking to her daughter. What's wrong with that? No, it's not that she was just talking to her daughter. It was the subject matter, the context that she was talking to her daughter about. I mean, this woman is recording a live stream on Instagram and she's talking about her daughter's father's penis size. And she's telling her daughter, yeah, your dad had a small penis, and I'm sitting there and I'm listening to this shit. And at first, because I'm a very critical, analytical person, so I'm thinking, okay, this is fake. This is fake news in the tradition of Donald Trump. This is fake news. This is fake news. This ain't real. But then, as I sat back and watched the clip again, I'm thinking, okay, now, even if it's fake, let's say it is fake. Let's say this is not real. They were clowning. Why are you clowning with this? Why is this, of all things that you could have clowned about, is the nature of what you're producing a live stream about? And she's talking to her daughter about his penis size, as if she's trying to discourage her daughter from getting involved with her father. I mean, this is a conversation that, you know, a girl says, okay, I heard you dated Billy Bob. And you know, since we're friends and Billy Bob is asking me out, you know, I don't want to step on your toes. If you still got feelings for the guy, you know, I'm gonna squash it. But if you cool with it, I might go out with Billy Bob. And the friend may tell her, yeah, you can go out with Billy Bob, but let me tell you some stuff. Let me tell you some stuff about Billy Bob. And in that context, she may tell her, listen, the nigga got a small penis. He can't fuck, and he most certainly can't eat pussy. Oh, wait. Yeah.
Whoa.
That's definitely for the whole, man.
Keep your hand on that pause button.
Matter of fact, let me take a sip of this.
Out of here, I was walking away. What'd you say?
No. I was commenting with him saying he's about to go step over that line. Like, calm down, Dave. Calm down.
Yeah. Well, no, that's why he made the rabbit hole. So basically, when he had these talks, he's like, you know, let me calm down. Let me take a sip of my liquor. Let me hit the cigar right quick. That's why I like him. He know when to chill himself the fuck out. This is my fucking thing. So, do you remember hearing this video before?
Yeah. This one is a classic one. You know, I ain't go to the hole on this one. I only went to the hole maybe once or twice. I ain't going to go too many times.
Well, basically, all the hole was the hard version of this.
Yeah.
So everything you saw on his main channel is in the hole.
Yeah.
But it's the light version. You know what I mean?
Oh,
but basically, you remember how he talks about repetition?
The hole, you go hard to the paint.
Skill and all that?
Huh?
You know how he says repetition is the mother of skill?
Yeah.
So even the rabbit hole is pretty much a repetition of what you already hear in the main one. It's just if you want to hear him really just talk crazy.
Yeah.
That's why you go there. And I actually have a link to a direct downloadable library of all this stuff. It's not like a website. It's literally a link to a file site. And it has all the David Carroll shit. Because I was one of the partners to the site. And I had like donated. So the guy sent me a personal link. So I have all the David Carroll shit on file, which I can download and play and add to shit anytime I want. Which I think I might go back. I might even make a whole channel using his shit and build like something around it. Probably make me fucking famous. But I'm gonna keep that in the tank. Anyway, let's check the rest of this out.
Yeah, we got to back that up.
Brother, what is this all about? What?
Yeah, you had to back it up a little bit. Was that?
What is this video all about?
Same play, different. I mean, same play, same formation.
Same play, same formation.
If she's trying to discourage her daughter from getting involved with her father. I mean, this is the conversation that, you know, a girl says, okay, I heard you dated Billy Bob. And you know, since we're friends and Billy Bob is asking me out, you know, I don't want to step on your toes. If you still got feelings for the guy, you know, I'm gonna squash it. But if you cool with it, I might go out with Billy Bob. And the friend may tell her, yeah, you can go out with Billy Bob, but let me tell you some stuff about Billy Bob. And in that context, she may tell her, listen, the nigga got a small penis. He can't fuck, and he most certainly can't eat pussy. Oh, wait. Yeah. That's definitely for the whole, man. Let me back that up. Matter of fact, let me take a sip of this. Yeah, we got to back that up. That ain't for this video. Let's scratch that from the record. Let me just go and tell y'all what's coming down the pipe. This mother and her daughter. On Instagram posts where she's talking to her daughter about her father's penis size. I'm gonna show y'all the clip, and then I got some commentary after it. I mean, it's weird, man. I keep telling y'all that the internet is a curse for Black people. I mean, I don't know who at this point would disagree with me. I mean, this stuff gets weirder by the day, the stuff that y'all are posting on social media. And I told y'all just last week in the video that I done last week, wherever y'all go, no matter what the social media platform is, y'all turn it into a ghetto. Y'all turn it into a ghetto. Y'all have destroyed every social media platform that y'all have gotten on. Clubhouse is on the way. It's just a matter of time. It's just a matter of time, man. TikTok. I mean, you know, they're trying to clean up their image because you give a Negro a camera. See that advent of cell phones with cameras and all that stuff, you can't put this in the hand of this Negro. That's like putting a loaded pistol in the hand of a child. He's not gonna know what to do with it. And this is the reason why he has all of the tools whereby he can parlay it into a stream of income. Meaning he can take his stuff and he can record videos, he can do commentary, he can parlay that into a stream of income. But no, the Negro will get criticized for doing that. So what does he do? He takes all of that technology and he parlays that into what? An avenue to broadcast his dysfunction for the entire world to see. Damn, man. Y'all know what it is. Second nature like breathing, man. Send me an email. I'll get you the link. Let me get off of that because I'm going to slip. I already slipped up once. You know what it is. Second nature like breathing. You want to see this clip of his mother talking to her daughter about the penis size of her dad. Send me an email. I'm going to show you the clip and I'm going to give you my commentary. And you've seen the title of this video. And you know, I have a few soapbox that I will climb up on and I can go for hours. And y'all know one of them is of course, is that black preacher. But the other one is this white liberal. And because I understand the dynamic that exists in the Negro community, and I understand the axis of evil that has pretty much destroyed the black community. And until y'all are ready to confront that axis of evil, what is the axis of evil? It is that white liberal / Democratic Party, that black pastor / church, and his buddy, his friend, his counterpart, the one who is connected to his hip, that black woman. That is the axis of evil that has the black community in the condition that it is in this day. Everything that you deal with in the black community, all of the dysfunction, no matter what it is, can be traced back to one or all three of these prongs on this axis of evil. That white liberal / Democratic Party, that Negro church / black preacher, and that black woman. These are facts. I've told y'all in many of my videos, man, this white liberal, and I know y'all wonder, what has it got to do with those swirlers? Trust me, we gonna deal with that, because the swirlers have taken a page out of the white liberals' playbook. Now, we know they'd already created a movement that it's comical to listen to these so-called divestors. But you know what? I'm getting ahead of myself. We're going to deal with that. Let me lay this foundation with this white liberal first. And I told y'all in many of my videos, the white liberal is not only very paternalistic to Negroes, he's very racist. And see, the white liberal, he's mastered because he knows y'all are dumb.
It's over. Mic check 1 2. Yeah, that'll get you in trouble. What time? What we looking at time wise? Oh, it's 2:09 Eastern time. I don't know if Mr. C Dope got logged out. See if he logs back in, because it's shutting down. Yeah, that's David Carra. You know what I mean? I deal with it more on a excluded middle. I'm the tautologist, so it's like we given a choice. That's what they tell us. You know, but that first tautology is to be or not to be. If to be is true, then to not be, it would be false. So the outcome or the choice would be true, and that's where we get into disagreement, like people choosing false existences. And one of the false existences that we've been doing for almost 40, even now with the black mayor of Philadelphia, like this is going to be very interesting to see stop and frisk being activated in the city, especially when I see friends of mine that are in the police force, you know, in my old neighborhood. I mean, he stopped the guy. He didn't have to frisk. The guy was, you know, open carrying his pistol, and my man, he did, you know, he shout out to him. You know, I don't want to say his name, because then it's like, you know, you putting his life. I mean, that's all yada. But he talked the guy down. The guy just wanted to jog the neighborhood because he felt like he wasn't safe and all this other nonsense. But this is the mental health issues that we're dealing with today. You know what I mean? And when you just got people out in the street running the streets with guns, you know, so now it's stop and frisk you. That's crazy. You know, it's not gonna be good. It's not gonna be good. Of course, I don't carry. You know what I mean? I'm a part of the hip hop nation, the temple of hip hop, where it's like, yeah, we have the right to carry bear arms, but they leave it at the home. That's what it's there. Is at secure in your home. You know what I mean? Being the head of the house, because you do have the right to protect your home. That's your land, But I was just doing a little commentary till you came back, man.
Great job, man. Great job. Way to fill in. I was over here trying to cook something. I stepped on the goddamn power outlet and shit. Fuck the whole shit up. But we'll pick up the rest of the video. It was only half an hour video. It's only about 10, 15 minutes left. Finish this up. Let's get these David Carroll jewels, and then we'll do our Philly bio and get the hell out of here. Let's get back up here. Matter of fact, how much time and energy you got in you, Volo?
I can pass out as soon as whatever, but I'm good.
All right, so what we'll do is we'll do the Philly bio first, and then we'll play the rest of this to close. I'm gonna leave that right here. Stop sharing that. Then we'll do the show stuff first. So in case we get late, because I know it's very late where you are. It's like 2, 3 in the morning out that bitch. So
2 a.m.
Let's do our Philly bio. Some guy named Pete Conrad. I don't know much about him. Let's see what we got here. Okay. Conrad bio. I'm gonna do the short version. Oh yeah, he was a moon guy. Let's see here. What's this one? To the Moon, Pete Conrad. So let's go with this one. All right. Let's see what we got here. And this is from Space Oral History Channel. We'll go over this quick thing of his. I'm probably going to whip through his Wikipedia. We'll get some final words, and then we're going to close out with the rest of Dave's video, because I think it's a great video, and that's I might play. I think I'm gonna start playing more David Carroll videos to close out our shows.
The irony is seeing Red. You see the Red twerking one?
Who?
The girl Red.
Sexy Red. Oh, the pregnant twerking.
Yeah. She has to outdo Rihanna with the Super Bowl, right?
What happened?
Rihanna with the Super Bowl. Everybody kind of
Oh yeah. No, she totally exonerated Rihanna.
Yeah.
So let's check this out. And so this is our Philly bio person of the week. His name is Pete Conrad. He was the third man on the moon, and apparently he is from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. We're gonna check him out. Let me get the fairies up here for the channel. We're checking out Space Oral History. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna combine both together. Bam. See what they gotta say about it. They might give a full biography, so I don't think I might have to say much. Let's see what they do. I'm trying to avoid reading Wikipedia, so I'm hoping they cover a lot of his life. This looks pretty long. If it gets boring, I'm gonna skip through. But for now, let's run this bitch.
Gemini, was it important? Could we have gotten to the moon without it?
The Gemini program was obviously very important, probably for 3 reasons, 2 of which most.
Nope. I don't like that video. Nope. Biography, nigga. We're going full biography then. I don't want none of that talking bullshit. Astronaut profile, 30 minutes. I want something a little shorter. There's a 2-minuter. Something like 5 to 7 minutes. All right, so apparently he's a piece of shit. So we're going to go the 2-minute because we're not going to do the 30-minute. Fuck that. We'll do this one. This looks like it.
Pete Conrad was the third person to walk on the moon.
There you go. Yeah, this sounds more factual. From Princeton Engineering. So yeah, this sounds pretty simple. We're gonna go.
Pete Conrad was the third person to walk on the moon. In the
Wikipedia. We'll do it like that. The other one's good, but we're running out of time, so time reasons. I'm gonna go with the short one. Read those Wikipedia. That'll save the most amount of time.
Only Princetonian that was able to, that walked on the moon. I have a number of really interesting documents about Pete from the time that he was here at Princeton, including some letters after he left Princeton, which are really quite interesting. Dave Hazen, Professor Hazen, became close friends with Pete Conrad. And there are letters back and forth between them. The first letter that we have was a few months after Pete graduated Princeton. So I believe it was dated, I think it was November 1953. And he's talking about his fellow pilots. He says, most of them are at mid-air school, formation, where I am now. Formation is fun. Actually, the closer you fly, the easier it is to see the relative motion. Many Princetonians know that there is a flag that went to the moon, the Princeton flag. In our records, we have the letters back and forth from between Pete Conrad and Freddie Fox, who's Princeton's historian. And it tells the story about how the flags got to Pete Conrad for him to take to the moon. Dear Pete, don't worry. We will have the Princeton flags, 12-inch by 18-inch, in your hands by the middle of next month. So this is September, so it's the middle of October. If I have to, and he says, if I have to bring them to Houston myself on my bicycle. And then the last really interesting item in our records is that after he had walked on the moon, our department asked Pete to give our honorific lecture. He declined indirectly through his boss. His boss was Alan Shepard. Alan Shepard was the first American in space on the Mercury mission. And this very respectful letter comes back saying, regretfully, because of NASA's tight training schedule, that Pete would have to decline. A set of records that we have in the department, and it's one that I hope to have preserved at our manuscript library so that it's not just in my personal files, our departmental files, but it actually gets saved in perpetuity.
With the 50th anniversary of Apollo 12 approaching, I decided it was high time to highlight the career of the mission's commander, Charles Conrad Jr., who went by Pete Conrad. Conrad's motto was, if you can't be good, be colorful, and by all accounts, he was both. Born in Philadelphia on June 2, 1930, Conrad struggled in school due to dyslexia. After failing his exams in the 11th grade, he was expelled from school. His mother believed in him, though, and found an alternative school that taught in a way more suited to him. He did so well with the change in learning style that he got into Princeton, making his way with a Navy ROTC scholarship. Conrad always showed a rich mix of infectious personality and sharp engineering talent, repairing planes and getting his pilot certificate before he graduated high school. In the Navy, he was a flight instructor at the Navy's test pilot school and ultimately instructed his Apollo 12 crew member, Al Bean. His capability was so undeniable that he was invited into the selection process for NASA's first astronaut group, the Mercury 7. Here, though, his colorful side got the best of him. He felt that the tests were absurd and unnecessary and made a point about it. During the psychiatric exam's ink blot test, he described some inappropriate things, and in response to a blank card, replied that it was upside down. He also gave the medical staff plenty of trouble, complaining about the proctologist's roughness and presenting a stool sample in a box with a bow. He was rejected, and one thing he was especially incensed about was the note, not suitable for long...
This dude is clearly a Philly nigga. He is wilding. He's like, nigga, the card's upside down. It's like, it's blank. He's like, yeah, like I said, it's upside down. He said the proctologist is kind of rough. That means they rough with the finger up the back door. This nigga's a fool. I like him already. Shout out to Pete Conrad. This sound like a real Philly nigga, man.
Long duration flight. When he got in on his second try, he was especially interested in proving that statement wrong. Ultimately, Alan Shepard, America's first man in space and also a Navy pilot familiar with Conrad's work, convinced Conrad to try again, and this time the tests were not as ridiculous. Conrad became part of the New Nine, a group that fellow astronaut Michael Collins regarded as the most talented astronaut group. Alongside Pete were Neil Armstrong, Frank Borman, Jim Lovell, James McDivitt, Elliot See., Tom Stafford, Ed White, and John Young. Even in that company, sharp-dresser Conrad managed to find a way to stand out. Al Shepard was the head of the astronaut office after being grounded, so Conrad had no trouble lining up his first mission, Gemini 5. He would launch with Mercury veteran Gordon Cooper as his commander on August 21, 1965. The backups for the mission were Neil Armstrong and Elliot See. The goal of the mission was very much to Conrad's liking. They would spend 8 days in orbit, which would not only beat the existing record of 4 days set by Gemini 4, but would also exceed the duration of all NASA crewed missions up to that point combined. Conrad and Cooper put up with malfunctioning thruster blocks and fuel cells while testing rendezvous procedures. The successful mission reassured the medical types that astronauts could survive in space for a duration necessary to get to the moon and back. Apollo 11 would be roughly 8 days, though later missions were longer. Gemini 5 was also the first NASA mission to have a mission patch, at the insistence of Gordon Cooper, who designed it. Conrad then paired up with his old Navy roommate from the USS Ranger, Dick Gordon, and they would work together through Gemini 11 and Apollo 12. When Conrad went for his second astronaut selection attempt, Gordon had joined him, but didn't get in. Like Conrad, though, he tried again and made it on his second try. They were the backups for Neil Armstrong's first mission, Gemini 8. Gordon noted that he and Pete thought alike and trusted each other completely. Infamous launchpad leader Gunter Wendt called them swashbuckling wisecrackers. They had a talent for reducing stress with humor, and so developed a reputation for being able to work hard and party hard. Conrad and Gordon also got along well with others, putting people around them at ease. Michael Collins, who entered the astronaut corps in the same group as Dick Gordon, described Pete as, quote, funny, noisy, colorful, cool, competent, snazzy dresser, race car driver, one of the few who lives up to the image. Should play Pete Conrad in a Pete Conrad movie. Of Dick Gordon, he said, quote, lots of balance, lots of common sense, one of the easiest to get along with, likes to party, but never at the expense of getting next day's job done. Speaking much later to interviewer Catherine Harwood, Gordon said, were we better than anybody else? Sure we were. We didn't say it. We didn't have to say it. For Gemini 11, Conrad and Gordon were the prime crew while Neil Armstrong and Bill Anders were the backups. The mission launched on September 12, 1966, and Conrad convinced mission planners to let them try for an altitude record, 850 miles or 1,370 kilometers. Of course, this record would soon be greatly surpassed by the Apollo missions, but Conrad liked to set records, and he had a talent for getting his way. The main goal of the mission was to rendezvous with an Agena target vehicle on the first orbit, the first ever direct rendezvous, and then conduct 2 spacewalks. The rendezvous went as planned, but the main EVA, the first spacewalk, proved a struggle for Gordon. That was no fault of his own. The EVA attempts during Gemini 9 and 10 had fared about the same. The problem was with the method of training, which would be fixed for Gemini 12. The second EVA was just a stand-up one in which he took photographs of the Earth and the stars, and that went well. They also attempted to generate artificial gravity by rotation using a tether between their Gemini spacecraft and the Agena, but that was mostly unsuccessful. A final goal of the mission was to have the computer completely control the re-entry accurately, and that turned out fine, with the spacecraft splashing down 1.5 miles, about 2.4 kilometers, from its target. It was time to move on to the Apollo program, but Apollo had crews of 3, so while Conrad and Gordon would stick together, they needed a lunar module pilot. Conrad had been Al Bean's flight instructor in the Navy test pilot school, and Al Bean had entered the astronaut corps alongside Dick Gordon in the third group. Bean was well known for his attention to detail, a fact that would serve the crew well during the Apollo 12 launch. Mike Collins said of him, quote, pleasant, persistent, relentless pursuit of required information, give him an office boy's desk, and within a week he will know what the president of the company does. Very pleasant fellow to be around, especially if he likes spaghetti, which is all he eats on the trip. Bean didn't really stand out or put himself forward though, so he hadn't gotten a spot on a crew so far. Conrad tried to give him advice on this, but it didn't pan out, and Bean got assigned to the Apollo Applications program to work on what would eventually become Skylab. Pete had a strong sense of who he would work well with, though, and when it came time to find a third person for the Apollo crew, at first the backup crew for Apollo 9 and ultimately the prime crew for Apollo 12, he told Deke Slayton, the director of flight crew operations, that he wanted Al Bean. Slayton turned him down because Bean was working on the applications program and assigned C.C. Williams to the crew instead. Bean and Williams had been the backup crew for Gemini 10, so he was basically in the same part of Slayton's infamous rotation. On October 5th, 1967, though, Williams tragically died when the T-38 he was flying suffered an aileron control failure. He had ejected, but was going too fast and too low at the time for the ejection to save him. After the death of C.C. Williams, Conrad once again insisted on getting Al Bean on his crew, and this time Deke Slayton relented. And thus, the crew of Apollo 12 was born. It was not at that point a guarantee that Apollo 11 would make the first moon landing. Armstrong himself gave his mission a 50-50 chance of landing, though those odds got higher as they got closer to the mission, but Apollo 12 had much better odds. If something didn't quite work out on Apollo 11, Pete Conrad would have been the first person to set foot on the moon. As it turned out, Apollo 11 was successful, not without its tense moments. The Apollo 12 crew was not the least bit perturbed, though, because they aimed to do it better. Not only would Conrad be tasked to land the lunar module on the moon, contrary to title, the lunar module pilot didn't actually pilot the lunar module, the commander did, but he would have to land it precisely so that he and Al Bean could visit Surveyor 3, a lunar probe that had landed 2.5 years before. Admittedly, most of the work would actually be done by the computer, and corrections made to it meant that it didn't end up astray as it had on Apollo 11, where Armstrong had to take manual control early. Conrad only took control for the last bit as planned. They had to land close enough to make the walk doable, but far enough away that their landing wouldn't damage the probe. The target area was dubbed Pete's parking lot. During the launch of Apollo 12 on its mighty Saturn V rocket, though, things did not go as expected. There were storms in the area, but the situation didn't violate mission rules, and the launch proceeded.
I'm gonna do a quick review of his wiki and get the fuck out of here, and then we're gonna get some final words from Volo and get out of here. So Pete Conrad, Charles P. Conrad Jr., 1930 to 1999, NASA guy. Blah 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 blah. Early life and education. He was born June 2nd, 1930 in Philadelphia, third child and first son of Charles Conrad, some nigga, and Francis de Rapalager Conrad. And that's a dope name. Francis de Rapalager Conrad. So he fucked a French bitch. A well-to-do real estate banking family, rich bitch. So he fucked some rich bitch that ain't never worked a day in her life. Shout out to that. Great Depression came around. Shit was fucked up, but they were white, so it was cool. He went to a bunch of schools. Life was great. He did some shit in near Paoli, Pennsylvania. Got a Bachelor of Science. Got into the Navy. Kicked some ass. Became NASA. Mind you, he was white, and he did all this with being shitty at school. What black man do you know could be shitty at school and be a fucking astronaut? I'm not getting into that right now. Somebody call Tariq Nasheed or Dr. Umar to deal with it. But that's him, and he did a bunch of dope shit. And shout out to Pete Conrad. He married some bitches. He fucked some hoes. He died and shit in 1999 because he knew the world was ending in 2000 because he saw Suki Red was born in that same year. And he decided, fuck that shit. I'm not dealing with Suki Red. I'm out of this bitch. And that is Pete Conrad. So let's get in final words, Volo. I think we lost Volo. All right, so I'm going to do final words, and then we're going to go with David Carroll's video to finish it out. And I'm going to let David Carroll's video finish this because I really love David Carroll. RIP David Carroll. Just to finish out, make sure you guys check out all our shows. This, of course, is the My Part of Town podcast, all about Philadelphia and everything that's going on in this city. Of course, this is Wednesday. So on Saturdays, we have the Volo and Butthead's Techapalooza, which goes down on Sunday. That's all about technology, everything that's going on out there in the world. And then on Mondays, we got Noodle Free Mondays, which is all about the silliness and madness that we got going down in these streets. So shout out to that. And also remember, guys, that love is, what is my phrase? Life is good. Love is better. But you better do something that's going to make you last forever. Because 20 years after you're gone, you may be a never. Don't waste your life just being happy to be alive. And that's the My Part of Town podcast. I'm going to play this David Carroll video, which is pretty deep to get us out of here. And then we're going to close out the show. Thanks anybody for watching. Hit like or dislike. Make a shitty comment. Tell us we suck. I don't care. And thank you guys for watching. And I'm going to share this David Carroll video, and I'm going to let him finish out the show. Because Dave is, RIP to Dave. He's a dead man. And he was really deep. And he's just a real weird guy. Of course, we are independent here. We love everybody, but we always want to have very thought-provoking commentary and videos on our show to, piss you off and make you think so you can be different. Shout out to that. One love, guys. And I'm going to run this. I think I'm going to run this until it's over. And then I'm going to shut it down right at 30 minutes. Peace, guys.
Now, we know they'd already created a movement that it's comical to listen to these so-called divestors. But you know what? I'm getting ahead of myself. We're going to deal with that. Let me lay this foundation with this white liberal first. And I told y'all in many of my videos, the white liberal is not only very paternalistic to Negroes, he's very racist. And see, the white liberal, he's mastered because he knows y'all are dumb. He knows this. He knows without a shadow of a doubt, you Negroes are dumb. You're not the brightest bulbs on the tree. You're not the sharpest knives in the drawer. You can't color within the lines. You have no critical thinking skills. You have no analytical skills, none. The white liberal knows this. And since he understands this about y'all, he fools y'all. And the white liberal tricks y'all into believing he's your friend when he's really your enemy. Because as I told y'all, the policies that has been pushed in the Negro community has been pushed by the Democratic Party and that white liberal. The destabilization of your black family was decimated by who? That white liberal, that Democratic Party, the black pastor, and the black woman. Hey, these are just facts, y'all. I don't know what y'all want from me. So the white liberal, even though he's paternalistic and racist to y'all, he surrounds, and I've covered this in other videos, he surrounds himself with what I've called buffer Negroes. And so if you're one who have woken up and you realize the scheme and you connected the dots and you see, well, damn, man, all of these major metropolitan cities that has the highest crime, the highest drugs, the highest dropout rate in high school, homicide, who leads the board in all of the dysfunction. All of these cities are ran by who? Democrats. I mean, listen, y'all know I am not a fan of Donald Trump. And you know I'm not one of these Negro conservatives running around here thinking that if you leave the field and go to the house, you're in a better predicament. We dealt with this. But goddamn it, facts are facts. So if you're one who have connected those dots and realize, you know what, damn, they are at fault, and you want to attack that white liberal, trust me, you're not going to even lay a glove on him or her. And why? Why won't you lay a glove on that white liberal? It's because you're going to first come in contact with who? The buffer Negroes. The buffer Negroes are the Negroes that the white liberal has surrounded himself with. So if you attack that white liberal, he ain't gonna even say nothing. He's not gonna even go at you head up. He's not gonna say one word. You know who you're gonna get attacked by? The buffer Negroes. If you make YouTube videos attacking that white liberal, the white liberal ain't gonna respond. You know who's gonna respond? The Negroes. You know who's gonna flag your videos? The Negroes. You know who's gonna be calling you a coon? The Negroes. These are the buffer Negroes. That white liberal is so slick. He's so cunning. And this is the reason why I like to use that example. And y'all know, again, I'm a horror movie fanatic. One of my all-time favorites is The Exorcist. The Exorcist. I mean, and if you've seen it, I mean, everybody's seen it. So you remember the scene where they're about to go perform the exorcism on Reagan? An older priest informs the younger priest, listen, when we go in here, man, you can't talk to this demon, man. You can't hold no conversations with this demon because this demon is a liar. And he's going to mix lies with the truth to try to attack us. The attack is going to be very psychological, but very powerful. So Damien, don't listen. That's what that priest tried to tell the younger priest. And we know the end of the story. He didn't listen and he met his demise. But that's the same thing I tell the Negroes about this liberal. Listen, man, if you don't have the intelligence, if you haven't connected the dots and you don't really understand what's going on in your community, don't try to engage that white liberal because he's cunning. He's slick. He's sly. He's going to twist you up into a ideological pretzel because he knows you're dumb. And because he knows you're dumb, he knows that he has a hand up on you because you're not all that bright. And that's the reason why the ones who are going to confront you first are going to be the buffer Negroes. Now, what you have to understand about the buffer Negroes is the buffer Negroes are so dumb. They actually think they are friends of the liberal. See, this is how dumb they are. See, they actually think the white liberal is their friend. That's why when you attack them, they're going to come to his defense because they think, I'm defending my friend. Well, you see the white liberal as a friend. He doesn't see you as one. And this is the reason why whenever the white liberal gets caught saying something that is overtly racist, because we know he's a racist. So he's going to get caught saying some shit. And if you call him out and say, listen, man, what you just said is racist. The first thing that white liberal is going to say is what? Hey, man, you can't call me a racist. I have black friends. Even though you never see the black friends. If he has a cookout, those black friends aren't at that cookout unless they can put an apron on him and a tray in his hand. That's the only way that Negro going to be at that cookout. If the white liberal just got married, again, it's the same verse, second verse, same as the first. The only way that Negro is going to be at that wedding or at that wedding reception is if they can put an apron on that Negro and put a tray in his hand. See, the Negro views the white liberal as his friend. The white liberal don't see him as a friend. The white liberal sees him as what he is, my defender. So when the white liberal says, I have black friends, he's not talking about you buffer Negroes. He's talking about this mythological friend that nobody ever sees. And you have to unpack what he's saying, just like, and I'm going to deal with these sisters before we unpack it, because the swirlers and the divestors have taken the same rhetoric, have taken the same play, and they're running the same play on you dumb Negroes. And I know y'all wondering, wait a minute, man, how's that? Let me explain it to you. See, the white liberal don't want to be called a racist. That's why he creates the mythical black friend. So since he has a black friend, let me unpack this for you and interpret it for you, because he's going to just say, I got a black friend. So let's decode that. What is he actually saying? What the white liberal is actually saying is, listen, I know what I said is racist. And I know it rubs you the wrong way. But you can't call me a racist for saying it or for believing it, because I have this black friend. And my black friend gives me the justification to say this and to prove to you that I'm not racist. After all, look, is a black friend, but you never see him. Now, the swirlers, they will engage in some of the most toxic venom about black men. Listen, man, we've seen the videos. I mean, YouTube ain't snatching that shit off their network talking about this is hate speech. Them videos are left up. That's why I laughed at them Negroes when they tried to put together that petition on Cynthia G. I laughed at that shit, man. You think YouTube is gonna remove Cynthia G off this platform? Y'all dumb. I'm sorry, man. Y'all dumb. That's a fucking waste of time to sit back and create a petition asking them to remove this black woman. It ain't happening. Ain't happening. Even though they engage in some of the most toxic rhetoric about black men, we agree that's toxic. We got that. But now the black woman in these divestors have taken a page out of the white liberals' playbook, which is fitting because after all, she's one of the axis of evil. So the white liberal party told her, here's how you can get around this shit. Get around it the way we get around it. When we say racist shit about y'all black ass, we say we got a black friend. Even though nobody has ever seen them. Now, the buffer Negroes, he's not talking about them because he ain't gonna bother with them, man. Nigga, get out there and defend me. That's your job. If somebody talking about me, you flag their video, you make a response video, you call them a coon, or Uncle Ruckus, a black sellout. That's what you do. Get your black ass out there and defend me. He ain't talking about them. Again, if he get married, the only way that Negro gonna show up at that wedding reception is as soon as he walk through the door, somebody tie an apron around his black ass and shove a tray in his hand. Get to getting, nigga. Same with a cookout, no different. And if there's any scraps that's left after the cookout, they'll feed their dog before they allow that Negro to eat that shit. That's how they view y'all. But now, the black woman, she says some of the most toxic shit about black men. And then she comes with the same play that the white liberal runs. But she doesn't say, I have a black friend. What does she say? I have a black boyfriend. See, it's no different. See, the white liberal tells y'all I have a black friend because the black friend is what gives him justification to continue to spew his toxic, racist venom about your black ass. And the reason why you can't call me out and call me a racist, I got a black friend. Likewise, the black woman spews equally toxic venom about black men. But you can't call her a hater of black men. Why? Because I have a black boyfriend. Hell, in the case of Chrissy, she said she went a step further. She ain't say I just have a black boyfriend, goddammit. I got a black fiance. The nigga asked me to marry him. See, that's how they play y'all. I told y'all they think y'all dumb. And y'all never see just like you never see the liberals' black friend, quote unquote, you never see this black boyfriend or this black fiance. They just exist because they said he exists. And they use the black boyfriend or the black fiance as a justification to continue to spew their toxic venom about black men and not be called a hater of black men. That's why you see, and you have two of the major avenues, subject matter on y'all's colored sector of YouTube is that dating, those dating coaches and all that bullshit, life coaches and all that crap. And then the other is that celebrity gossip. And the reason why black women love that celebrity gossip lane is because the celebrity gossip lane allows them to get material to bash black men. Because why? Because we talking about celebrities, we talking about entertainers. My God, we talking about athletes. We know they gonna do something dumb. They gonna say something. You put a mic in their face, they gonna say something stupid. That's why we call it Hollyweird. So when a celebrity, one of these black celebrities, run around a fucking dress and heels and all that, the dysfunctional shit they do, they will make a video about that celebrity. But by the time that video ended, they have taken that singular black celebrity, black male celebrity dysfunction, and they have painted the entire collective of black men with that dysfunction. That gives them an opportunity to bash black men. That's why they love that lane. And that's the reason why I've never thought, and when me and Kwesi was talking, and he mentioned about Chrissy saying that none of these women, none of us are really divestors. We have not all divested. This is what Chrissy is admitting. She's finally admitting what we all know. Because you can't be divested and then that's all you talk about. I mean, you got women who said that they have divested from the black community, divested for black men, but then they're doing videos on Kobe Bryant. They're doing videos on this celebrity. They're doing videos on that. Everybody black, they're doing video. I thought you divested. Why are you even doing videos on them? And what makes this entire movement is as if you needed more evidence to prove that it's a fraud, outside of the fact that many of these women have not divested. Many of these women have never dated a white man. A white man wouldn't touch them. And this is the reason why none of them have one. But outside of that obvious fact is the fact that most black women who are with black or with white men, they have black fathers, they have black brothers, they may have black co-workers, they may have black friends, male friends. So that they don't engage in that toxic rhetoric. Why? Because, man, I got black men that I deal with. I'm just happen to be dating a white guy. And so they still have relationships with these other black men that they don't want to alienate based upon that rhetoric. So you don't even see them in that sector. They got their white dude, they're going on living their life. They don't even talk about black issues. The ones who are so embroiled in this toxic rhetoric about black men, and then some of them have the unmitigated gall to tell us that they actually are dating or married to black men or engaged to black men, want to do so because they want to spew that they want to spew that shit without having anybody call them out on it. It's just like the white liberal. The white liberal says, my black friend, so you can't call me a racist. The black woman says, I'm engaged to a black man. I'm dating a black man, or I would date a black man. That's the easiest one to get out of. That's get out of jail free card. See, what you have to understand about this whole divestment movement, it's like a person having a stroke. And you know, there's a lot of signs that they say you look for when a person is having a stroke, but one of them is their slurred language, their slurred speech. They say things that just don't make any sense. It's not coherent. And so you look at that and all the other signs, you think, damn, this person having a stroke, you dial 911. And it's the same with these swirlers. Their language is incoherent. It makes no sense. Cynthia G says that her sister had to date a white man to learn about white supremacy. And y'all let that slide. I mean, y'all sit back and don't say nothing. All those pro-black back to Africans, they sat by and listened to that shit. So you mean to tell me that your sister had to actually date a white man to learn how vicious white supremacy is? With all these black scholars, all these black intellectuals, the one that I think of off the top of my head, and there could be others that could fill this list, but the late, great, Honorable Dr. John Henrik Clarke. I mean, you can pick any of the books he's written to learn about white supremacy. Are you serious? I mean, and there could be others, Chancellor Williams, Cress Wessling. I mean, we can name these scholars all day. So you mean to try to tell me you have to actually date a white dude to learn about white supremacy? You couldn't read your scholars? You couldn't read your material? You couldn't study your history? Incoherent babble. Makes no sense. Then you have Chrissy, who actually tells y'all, my channel is not a divestment or swirling channel, even though I agree with both movements. You sit and you listen to this stuff, man. It's like, man, how dumb are they? Your channel is not a swirling or divestment channel, but you agree with both movements. And then it was Chrissy who actually came out in a recent live and admitted, listen, none of us have divested. None of us. All these women that talk about divestment, none of them have truly divested. If your conversation is consistently about black men, if the videos that you make are consistently talking about black men don't do this, black men did this, black men over here, black men over there, then you're not divested. You're just not. It's like these Negroes who say, I don't watch him, I don't watch his videos, I don't follow him, but yet you're talking about him. You got their name in your video, you got their name in your title of your videos, but you don't watch them, you don't fuck with them. I mean, do y'all begin to understand why I say that y'all, I really do believe, man, I really believe this. I believe that God created the black race to prove he had a sense of humor. I believe that. I believe that, man. I believe that when he created the black race, God chuckled. He laughed. He laughed. He had to actually laugh himself when he created these Negroes. I mean, y'all are just a special kind of dumb, man. There's just no way around it, man. And what y'all do with the advent of social media and YouTube and Instagram and Facebook and all this other stuff, man, is y'all put that stuff on full display. Full display, man. Y'all show the world just how dumb y'all are. And this white liberal sits back and laughs. Because he's the one that's laughing all the way to the bank. He's the one that gets rich off of your dysfunction. He's the one that sends his children to private school off the backs of your debauchery. Yours go to public school. His go to private school thanks to you. And his children sit in that private school next to who? That pastor's children. Yeah, that pastor's children go to that private school too. Meanwhile, public school is for you. All of you supporters, y'all's children go to public school. We send ours to private school. Paid for, by the way, by you Negroes. Y'all dumb. Y'all a special kind of dumb, man. There's just no way around it. And these sisters have taken that white liberal playbook, and they sit there and they tell y'all, even though I'm saying all this toxic ass shit about black men, all the toxic stuff that Chrissy says about black men, I'm engaged to one. I'm engaged to one. Or I'm open to dating one. I mean, this is completely, utterly insane that you Negroes are actually this dumb to believe that. But y'all are. You got Paris Milan. She's another one. She's another one that's in that celebrity gossip lane that, takes those dysfunctional celebrity athletes, entertainers, and whenever they do something stupid, there she is making a video bashing that celebrity. But by the end of the video, she done taken his dysfunction and painted the entire collective of black men with it. She's another one. And she told y'all that she's not only dating a black man, she's dating, I believe, a Nigerian. So she went to the continent. She says, I'm dealing with one over there. So I'm not just dealing with a black man. Now I'm dealing with somebody, this is a Nigerian brother that I'm dealing with, that I'm dating. He must not have access to YouTube to watch your videos. Or unless you actually believe that you are that fine, that, the rhetoric that you spew really won't matter. He's still going to date you anyway. I would have to answer that in the whole. I wouldn't go there here. I could, but I'm not. I could, but I'm not going to go there. I might actually start the whole off with that. Matter of fact, let me just go and end this video because I don't want to slip up. You want that video? You know what it is, Second Nature Like Breathing. Send me an email. I'll get you the link. Start that video off where I'm ending this one. And then we'll get into the mother having a conversation with her daughter about the penis size of her dad. Send me an email. I'll get you the link. Because at the end of the day,